There and turn the mic up. Okay. Did we lose all?
Oh, I
Oh.
just backed out of it.
Oh. I need to see how we sound, how music sounds compared to voice. I need to get that figured out where I need to be putting that.
Alright. 1 second. Let me go back to it. Come on.
It might be like a minute behind. That's typical.
Oh, there we go. Oh, music is still going.
Huh?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, but I'm not sitting down in this video.
Oh.
Where'd the sound go? Oh.
Oh wow, that's really low
I can.
compared to the music.
You know, on mobile, this doesn't look that bad.
No, it might just
Yeah.
be your computer for some reason,
Yeah.
or at least the software maybe.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad at all. The color looks a lot better on here. Okay. So I'll do music a bit quieter than that. I need to see if I can turn my fucking mic up.
Yeah.
Or if I can boost it somehow. I know I can do that in the edit. I don't know about that. Oh, I'm at 50. Holy crap. Is that? Oh no, that's the wrong microphone. I made it a tiny bit louder. That's all I can do. Okay, so the music going through. So I turn it down about there.
Right there.
So right under that thing. Okay, cool. Alright, then we're good, I think. You fucked up in that at the end. Okay, so yeah, we're good. I'll turn this.
fucking $1,000 in a magic a month, and this dude makes stupid amounts of bank.
You sell the cards though?
He keeps the boxes for a couple years, and then sells them.
We're live.
Sweet, we're live.
Ish.
Live-ish.
There's a delay.
What is there, about 20 seconds?
Is there a delay between the mic and our voices, like our mouth moving? I don't care about the other delay. That delay should be there.
No, we're good.
Okay, as long as it's matching up with our talking voices and stuff. Okay. I don't care about the other delay. That delay should be there. No, we're good. As long as it's matching up.
So we're
You know what's going to be really weird is the people that anybody that might be listening is now going to hear that a second time through that.
Yeah, we're just testing right now, guys. Don't worry. Vince decided to not test this until the last possible moment.
It's tested
It's tested right now.
for the most part.
Testy. Testy and a testy.
Testing.
Okay, well, I guess we just get right into it.
Alrighty.
I haven't done one of
Jump
these in
right into
forever.
it.
God, how long has it been? We were at Brandon's old house when we did this,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
It's been
What,
3 years at
2015?
least.
2014?
It's been.
2014.
It was before he
2014.
moved. That's been a full year, and we stopped that for a while because I've stopped being an alcoholic as much as I was.
Hey, in that back mug, there's a bottle opener. Can you hand it here? Thank you, sir.
All right, so we got to go through the official starting.
Yeah, we'll do.
Do we even have patents for the official?
We haven't studied shit. We're gonna yell at each other pretty uninformed about the stuff today.
That was when we were
Yeah.
prepared anyway. So
Okay. Hey guys, welcome to the show. This is the Nightcap Show.
We're only gonna steal about 3 jokes from iCarly.
What? Episode
All
15.
from you.
Episode 15, the long-awaited return. It's been a long time since we've done this. 3 years, I think we decided on.
I think most people are grateful we stopped.
It was 20
Well, too bad.
years ago.
Nightcap, episode 15, Return of the Shit.
My name's Vincent.
I'm Jimmy.
I'm Austin.
And I'm Oscar.
You can visit our website, www.nightcapshow.com.
I didn't even know you
Oh.
still had that going. Holy shit.
What? Yeah.
I mean, I know
of
you
course
still
I
like own
do.
it. Wait, do you still own like GameReaver.com and all that shit too?
No.
Okay.
We have to edit that out now.
So that
Okay.
nobody could ever know.
Or else we'll
what
have,
that
to,
was.
we'll have to buy it like Mandingo Cat.
Vince, you have gone through quite a few of the internet things in the past couple of years. A game review site, a computer building site, now fucking podcast.
Hey, I've kept this one going for 4 years,
Yeah.
technically.
Vince
That's pretty good.
Technically.
4 years and 15 episodes. That's a damn good. That's a good rate.
Good track record right there.
Exactly.
We recorded more episodes. We should be on episode like 20. There's a bunch of episodes
Oh,
that
right.
just got lost in the...
They're just
Yeah, but remember,
unedited.
the only episode that anybody ever liked was the Halloween episode because that's when we knew what we were talking about. The rest was just me and Camden being super loud and
Basically.
and you
Yeah.
could barely hear me. And I
Basically.
would break the equipment by getting too drunk. So it wasn't that great.
hey, it was still
We're
fun though.
slowly ramping up.
Although I started thinking about some of the past things that we were talking about and some of the way off episodes and dealing with politics and stuff. I remember it's kind of funny because we were talking about how like, oh man, Russia's going to be this huge problem soon, and they're going to start invading places, and then hey, look.
Well, we'll get into that, okay?
I know. God.
Jumping the gun, man. You're too
Calm
excited to
your
talk
tits.
about it. Leave us a good review on iTunes. We would appreciate it. And maybe we'll even continue to make shows now.
Maybe.
Leave us a good review because we
I'm
came
gonna
back.
listen.
How about that?
There you go.
At least a 2.
It's a
At
courtesy
least a
review.
2. Not a 1. Don't give us a 1.
You can find us on Yelp at nightcapshow.com.
Yelp.
Yeah. We cater. Right?
Yeah. To the soul.
You can also find my Pornhub profile at reallylikesfeet.com. No, just kidding.
Really likes
okay.
me.
We have a Patreon out there, but I can't be bothered to remember it.
Oh yeah.
So, just do that.
Leave $1 in Vince's mailbox. His address is...
We have an Amazon wish list too. And for our Patreon subscribers, they get the Oscar Sexy Cosplay set.
Yeah. It's basically like a sombrero and a mustache.
But sexy.
Sexy.
Basically a sombrero and a mustache.
Very sexy.
It's me fully clothed, the sexiest I ever get.
There's some jokes in there about the I know this is supremely culturally insensitive, but what is the Hispanic thing with the whole corn on the cob covered in spices and stuff?
It's good.
Yeah, but that's Oscar's dick
We
in the
just
cosplay.
like, we just like to fuck with white people though. Tastes delicious.
Isn't that every holiday we've ever taken from you guys?
No. Cinco de Mayo
like-
isn't even a...
But that's just it. It's not really a thing as far as I'm aware in Mexico
No.
all that much, but we've taken it to make it another drunk holiday. Fuck yeah.
I mean, the same thing with St. Patty's Day.
Yeah?
You know? It's not even that much of a holiday in Ireland. It's a
No.
religious holiday.
No,
Yeah,
America
if
America just uses any race's heritage to get drunk. So I mean,
Basically.
Well, look, on the
And
defense of
sell
that,
decorations, you know.
on the defense of that, though, we are a hugely diverse country. So everybody's going to celebrate something, and everybody's going to find an excuse to get cheap alcohol out of it.
True. Well, I think we're such a huge, diverse country is because we're so young. Like, at one point, everywhere was diverse whenever it was new. But now, after like a few hundred years, we're all just going to be Americans.
Maybe. That's still, I feel like, localized diversity, though, because look at
Japan. Japan is like 98% Japanese.
They're super, like, xenophobic,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's
any outsider
seriously,
is...
it's like 2% inferior races there.
Yeah.
It's not that great.
Either you have black straight hair or you're shit.
That's just the way they do things, though. And I mean, it's not that it hasn't been successful. That's how they want to run their country. You can't shit on that exactly.
Basically.
I mean, look at the refugees.
It's always been a joke.
Yeah, no, everything's going good with this. We're learning.
Oh.
Sorry about that, guys. That may have been really loud.
What?
Did
Our
you-
one
He
viewer's
quickly
gonna
edited
quit.
something out.
I think we only have one viewer, and it's Sam.
Son of a bitch, I forgot to start recording on Audacity. God damn it.
Well, no.
We'll record another intro towards the later end, I guess.
You know what? No,
Just
that
pretend it
intro's
was
fine.
meant to happen.
I'll rip it off of this
yeah.
video, but I'm gonna start recording from Audacity just because the sound's gonna be better.
Man,
Fair.
4 years of doing this, and we have the same problems we've always had.
Never miss a step, man.
And we do it for you guys, our faithful fan.
Eventually, we'll listen.
Fan.
Eventually, we'll be average.
Now,
Eventually. We can dream.
so here's the question then. Were we starting off with serious topics or like, goddamn, it feels good to be back and start shooting shit about
Just
filling
follow
in
the
over the past
conversation.
couple of years?
Austin.
He
You
really
can go-
wants this. He was like, let me talk
Hey, I
about
was
Trump.
excited.
And you can go to our website where we have links at the bottom of the page to Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, if you're watching us right now. I guess that's all the links.
I think so.
Man, it's...
Didn't we
been
have a
so
MySpace?
long. Oh, yeah, we had a MySpace. We had a
Do we still have a
RedTube, I
MySpace?
think. I don't think we ever had a MySpace.
Could that be our main thing? Can we just have a MySpace?
Just a MySpace.
There's
For
our
retro.
Plenty of
Great.
Fish profile.
We're gonna be that hipster. We're all just gonna have crafting light.
Yeah, definitely.
Man, I'm sad now though because our Club Penguin account got
Excuse
deleted.
me.
Yeah,
And
well,
we haven't set up the new Club Penguin Island.
the moment
Well-
you say dick on it, it's...
He's just gone. Well,
Yeah.
Club Penguin's gone now, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah,
is
well,
it
it's-
really?
I think so.
It's Club Penguin Islands now. It's a completely new thing.
It's completely different.
We talk about serious things on the show, guys. But yes.
Welcome to the Club Penguin podcast.
Club Penguin.
For any of you 5-year-olds listening.
Hey, babe. Quack. No, that's a duck. What does a penguin make?
Don't they tap dance?
Yeah. I mean, Morgan Freeman told me so.
Hey! Fuck you!
Let me try to fly in front of you. That'll impress you.
I guess that's it on the start there. Man, I'm just so fucked up on this.
It's gonna take a while to
I
get
know.
our bearings.
We're trying to put on an old pair of boots, and it's just weird feeling.
I already have blisters.
Yeah. And then I don't know. We've got a little bit smaller of a setup at the moment.
No, that's It's good.
I think this is more space than Brandon's living room.
Well, yeah, I
think
get
so.
that. Don't worry. But we still had 8 of our dumbasses around a single.
No, I'm doing
table.
max 4.
Yeah,
That's
that was
fine.
a lot of people.
I want a permanent.
Sorry, anyone watching that we're kind of going over how to podcast.
Yeah.
First, we need a
But
computer.
Between
anybody-
ourselves.
To anybody that would remember, we had a table that, God, it was like, what was our max at one point? Like 8?
There was like 10.
There was
Anyone that remembers,
Yeah, we
'Cause
had
there
an
was, like,
instance
Cassie.
where it was,
how would
yeah,
all
anyone
of us.
remember?
all of us,
That's a good point.
all of us, Patrick joined, Cassie joined,
Book was there.
like,
we had Barry randomly come in and interject.
Barry
things.
did, yeah.
we're still going
Barry
to have
was there.
Barry randomly come in and interject.
I
Don't
think
worry.
he was there for a whole podcast one time.
He was, but he just said
Like-
like 6 words at the best moments.
Yeah, so pretty much. He's got impeccable
But,
comedic time.
I'm not sure if that show ever made it.
No, he was the
I gotta
star.
find that.
Yeah, he was the star of that show, and he only said like 6 things.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Don't
good at
worry,
timing.
guys. We're going to go through and look at some of our old shows and try to get that mojo back.
Wow,
There's nothing.
we need it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I listened to our old shows, man, and I was like,
Okay, so before we officially get started again, we forgot the one segment. Vince, what you drinking?
oh. For our sponsor.
Our sponsor.
What? You can't say that.
Oh, you can't?
What are we drinking? What are you guys drinking? What's the drink of the show? What? There is no drink of the show.
Yeah,
What-
we're all
okay, you know what? I'm gonna go last as the host. Oscar, what are you drinking?
I'm being super original and drinking a Mexican beer, Tecate.
Heck yeah, man.
Now, listeners, if you go back and listen to any of our shows, 9 times out of 10, I'm sure he's drinking that.
Well,
or
Stella.
Corona.
Yeah.
Or Corona, yeah.
Well, hell, with my turn, what am I drinking? 9 times out of 10 on the show, I'm drinking Fireball because I've got shit tasting alcohol.
Man, you guys,
Yeah,
let me down.
your body either consumes depression or Fireball.
They taste the same.
Both
The cinnamon sweet taste of depression.
still end
Actually-
up crying outside.
No,
in an
no,
alley.
never mind. To make it sound a little fancier, I'm drinking spiked Pepsi Fire.
Is
Oh
that
my- that
what
is
that
the worst
tastes like?
tasting thing ever.
Is that a thing?
It's like
Yes, Pepsi Fire. It's
It's-
just Pepsi with cinnamon in it.
Oh, this
I
sounds
haven't tasted it
horrible.
yet, but they say it's Fireball without the fun.
It's like
Not that it was fun in
somebody-
the first place, because
Yeah,
it tastes
what?
like depression.
Yeah, it's like somebody eating a whole bunch of like
Big Red?
Big Red and then pissing into a cup, and that's what you're drinking.
I can't wait to try it.
No, it's carbonated
amazing.
cinnamon. It hurt
Oh.
my throat going down.
Woo!
Oh,
Okay.
wait. I did the cinnamon.
For
roll.
future reference, we need an innuendo bell or something for something like that, because that would have been a great time to hit a bell. Or sound effects.
Maybe.
Bell?
A bell.
Or sound effects. I don't fucking know. Get your fancy shit going, Vince. Jimmy, what you drinking?
Oh, Red Stripe, because Red Stripe.
That should be the motto.
What's a red stripe like?
It's
What's
Jamaican.
Jamaican? Really?
So it's full of...
I mean, you
really?
can try it if you want. Yeah, it's from Jamaica.
I'm all right, but it
It's-
is.
It's a lager, yeah, brewed in Jamaica, imported,
It's fermented pot water. That's
basically.
about it.
A
Mm.
little bit of cocaine, you know.
Take the
That's
blonde
Cuban.
water.
Come on.
Oh yeah, I'm
Keep
sorry.
your racial
I'm
stereotypes
making.
right.
Yeah.
I'm crossing lines here.
They're not too far away from each other.
No, but those are fallacies. We stay correct, 100% true all the time
That's
on the
right.
show.
We do our research.
Just
and
remember,
we spit
Oscar
nothing but
hates
knowledge.
Cubans.
that goes back to like the times of when his people were fascist. Though fascists can't stand communists.
Mexico was.
I actually
fascist
had
at
a
one point?
peep-
No,
Oh,
Oscar was though.
okay.
Yeah. I didn't know we were people. I just thought we were workers.
You're not Oompa Loompas, man.
I
Oompa
mean,
Loompas get health insurance and citizenship after a while.
Yeah, you're
right?
brown, not orange.
Get
You're
okay,
much darker.
but you know why they get the health insurance though? Because I mean, all they do is eat chocolate all day. They have diabetes within the first work week.
Have you seen Mexicans? They go from like 50 pounds to 400. Like diabetes are genetic. It's like a genetic thing.
Was there like an age line?
At the
Like, as
age
soon
of,
as
at
you
the
hit-
age of 32, you just wake up with a thing of insulin.
Okay. Well, remember though, I can see why, because
Permanent.
when these two stole me off to a Mexican restaurant in downtown somewhere, and it was the scariest thing ever because
Oh.
we walked in and it was like a gas station general store, and I was like, "What?" I'm like, "Guys, we're going to a restaurant." They're like,
Yeah,
"No, no,
that was
go back
Ranchito.
here." And then it was a full restaurant. And I thought that there was some mafia bullshit going on. I swear to God.
Well, there might be.
I'm pretty sure it's just a cover for some type of drugs.
Probably. The whole shtick is what I'm getting at.
The processing hash back there.
Because the whole shtick is just like the food that I ate there tasted so goddamn fantastic. If that's all that Hispanic people eat all day, I can see why you get diabetes.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I feel bad.
That place went from crappy little Mexican store to one of the more popular.
Did they just add the restaurant like?
They have a dancing floor too.
It straight up looks like I walked into the music video for Rihanna's "Please Don't Stop the Music." It's just a gas station. You walk through a door and boom, nightclub. I don't know if I should snap in front of the microphone.
It's all right.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll hear complaints. Do we have a live chat thing going or no?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I'm not paying attention to it.
We don't know what's going on. Austin.
Yeah,
This is
we'll
the first
get
show.
this by next episode. Don't worry, guys.
There could be
Promise.
Actually, I passed this on along to a couple of the people I work with at the hangar. So I'm hoping they'll start listening. At least what time is it? Around 7:20.
We'll have more people to disappoint.
Yeah, but these ones you don't.
You're
know,
setting
so.
the bar too high.
Yeah, man.
When you did you say we were good?
I said
bitch.
we were
Shouldn't have.
interesting.
You fucking liar.
That's horrible, man.
I'm sorry. Look, I believe in you guys. Okay, I believe in.
I don't.
Okay, never mind. I was gonna have some sentimental speech about how we're together after this long, but no.
Settle down, coach.
We gotta win that game.
Calm your balls.
So what you're saying is we're not the team. We're not the underdog team. We're the team that was doing really well and then got beat when their outfielder, golden retriever, caught that ball.
Yeah,
We're the team that never won in the first place. We're never gonna win.
Yeah, we're a sports movie, but we're like a farce, inspirational sports movie. Like if remember the Titans had a knockoff.
It's like we're a group of friends that decided to make a softball team, did one practice, and gave up.
Basically.
Yeah.
I actually did that as a kid. Sad times. Though with Remember the Titans, I really don't understand that movie trilogy.
It's not a trilogy.
Wasn't it some type of drumming thing?
No, dude.
Remember the Titans?
That was a
Starts
movie.
off with Clash of the Titans.
I'm talking about football.
Remember the Titans is a football movie, Austin.
It's chronological.
What am
No,
I thinking
what?
of?
What was the second one?
There's a really long gap between movie 2 and movie 3. About a 2,000 to 3,000 year gap.
That's what I don't understand is what I'm saying. Where did Zeus and Hades go? Why are we now watching racial segregation in football? I don't understand. They dropped the ball with that.
This is a
series.
very long joke about a name.
That's what our whole show is. It's just one good joke full of crap.
Oh God.
We're dissecting
So-
frogs.
So an interesting topic, I guess, is we said it was 2 years since we've done this.
Yeah,
right?
I'm not drinking nothing.
Regardless. So, in the past 2 years, how's it been for everybody then? Life in general.
Life's been good.
Yeah, and I'm drinking a Czech-style Pilsner by the Big Muddy Brewing Company.
yeah.
It's pretty all right.
Oh, dude, it's
You
been
said you're gonna go last.
wow.
Is this in St. Louis? Oh my God, this is a local beer.
Is it good?
It's
Oh no,
pretty all right.
you're officially a hipster now.
It's pretty all right, yeah.
That's still pretty fucking lame though. He's got something from Mexico. He's got something from Jamaican. I've got something from Depression. You're just St. Louis.
And I got something from racial tension.
St. Louis, man. Is it from Ferguson, really?
That's from Maryland Heights.
Oh, okay.
Racial tension goes to first.
Dude, that's the
Oh
only,
yeah, that was kind of the joke.
that's the only thing that everybody knows about, like outside of St. Louis.
Are you sure? Because unless it's a theme in every city, remember that thing that gets shared around Facebook when your GPS says turn on to Martin Luther King Boulevard, and then it's just everybody locking their car doors. That happens in St. Louis. And we also have a giant bendy straw on the ground, so
Where?
the arch.
Oh.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know what much else to call it.
An arch?
Call things by what they're supposed to be. Fuck off.
That's what it is.
So, since Vince got his
punch in the
drink,
face.
no, I can't violence. God, Fireball really does taste like depression. I haven't drank anything besides vodka in a while, and this is crazy.
That's probably why you tastes like depression. You only drink it.
You're
when
making your
depressed.
life sound so much better.
That's right.
All I drink is vodka.
That's just what dude, I haven't been drinking as much as I was, because remember, like, the whole shtick of around these times when we'd hang out and I drank a lot. That was a terrible time. It was fun as fuck. Don't get me wrong. It was terrible.
So, cheers.
Oh,
yeah,
cheers.
Cheers.
Prost.
I'm not drinking. I'm not chugging this.
You're on camera. You have to
No.
now. You can't pretend.
Just don't put your head through a wall.
You just have to take a sip. You don't have to chug it.
It's
We didn't
alright.
chug ours.
He'll fix it terribly.
Spackle.
Blah.
What were you saying before I so rudely interrupted you?
I was gonna say, good topic is how have the past 2 years been for everybody. You know,
Three
obviously
Three
we've got a video camera, and we made the joke we're not in Vince's house. We're in Vince's house. Jesus fuck! I pulled an
I
Oscar.
didn't even have a house.
That's
Last
just
time we
it.
recorded, I
Yeah.
didn't even have an apartment.
3 years changes a lot.
I
Yeah,
didn't even have an apartment at the time. I've been through an apartment, and now I'm at this house.
that's funny.
That's
'cause
how
I've got
long
my,
it's
I've
been.
got my house too. So
Yeah, you too. You've been through. You didn't have your house at the time either. I don't.
no, I think I was living with the parents at the time still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then
You got a place now too.
Got a place, got a car, got a kid,
You
and a wife.
no longer have a place.
I lost my house. Thank you for
Okay.
bringing that. Give me the fireball. Just give me the fireball.
you need the whole.
It
thing.
was that quick.
It's nice to know. I don't only.
I'm not throwing it in your face. You know, we were all just talking about it.
I disappoint my dad. Now I disappoint my friends.
Oscar, you're never a disappointment to us, except all the time.
So yeah, I lost my house.
Until you
I'm
get
currently
naked, then.
homeless.
Love you, dude.
Man, I can just imagine. And you work construction now, right?
Yeah.
So there's a huge stereotype in there.
There's lots of convicts.
Oh,
And-
man.
Oh, that much I believe. Trust
Yeah,
me.
it's all full of Mexicans. What you expect?
See, as we all remember, I used to work McDonald's.
He
Shit, but I've
masks
been
his
in the.
anger with humor.
I've been
I
working
can see
for
the
a.
fire in your eyes. Like, yeah, there's a lot of Mexicans.
I work in a hangar now for a small regional airline, and we can't have convicts because that the people that go around with the background checks are like way too crazy about it. Until they found out that a dude recently
Well, you guys
had some sort
work
of
for
charge against a minor.
airplanes.
So you're saying you can't have Mexicans?
The only
No, we have them. Don't worry.
We have.
They also
they're not a person. They're a thing.
We have them like it's a disease.
no.
We have them.
I didn't exactly mean it like that, but
It infested the whole area. Yeah.
we have. Well, it's not just. I mean, we get contractors from all over the country from other companies. There's a lot of immigrant dudes we work with. I've got a guy I work with from like Nigeria. There's a huge language barrier though. Amongst all the accents. It's
Well, why don't
crazy.
you know Nigerian?
Yeah.
What's the problem?
They just probably don't understand.
Check your
autism.
privilege, bro.
Maybe.
Check my I'm
They
sorry.
don't understand
Look,
autism.
They know English, but
Hey, we're raising awareness, okay?
Donate now, and we will give none of the money to Africa.
Nice.
We will use it.
What happened to those commercials? Remember that? For only 5 cents a day, you can help little.
Maybe we finally did a difference.
Exactly.
No.
Did a difference. God
Maybe.
damn.
Maybe it actually did it.
No, you know how it works. We send money to the kids that need food, and then the warlords and government officials over there take the money and they buy their own.
Cody 2012.
Yeah, actually.
Oh God,
Yeah, it's. Yeah.
there was a fucking news story about that a little bit ago, talking about how he
In
was dead the whole
2012?
time. No, like it fucking couple months ago.
Oh,
I thought that was on our podcast.
that was
Yeah, we talked about it
Yeah.
back then. We were talking about how dumb it was.
that was 3 years ago, man.
because it was all
Couple
just a
months
scam.
ago,
No, they talked about it
few
again
thousand
recently.
years ago.
A few. It's all relative.
Right. If you drink enough Fireball,
All
you know,
time.
3 years ago seems like yesterday.
You transcend
Guys,
time.
Time is
Become a
just a
fourth
social
dimension.
construct, so it's fine.
Excuse
So
me.
it's like we never even had this break with the show at all.
Take that, internet.
Yeah. How's that for logic?
It's pretty sound logic to me.
Hey, can you pass me another beer?
Where is it?
It's in that bucket of ice. But seriously though, with all the things that have gone on the past 2 years, like Vince, your house is pretty nice. We got a studio. This actually looks like
I still have the same job.
official.
I think we all switched jobs, didn't we? Yeah, we all
Well,
changed.
I
did.
no,
Except Vince.
when we started the podcast, I started working as a cook, and I mean, I'm still working. Well, I'm working for a different person now, but the transfer was all,
Yeah. I work with airplanes now. I went from fast food to airplanes, so I mean,
That's a jump. That's a big
Oh yeah, well I went from fast food to food.
Yeah.
Got rid of the fast.
Jimmy works
Sonic
for
would be disappointed. in
Jimmy
you.
works for blank. You work for airplanes, and I work construction. I mean, it all worked out fine.
We're all
Jimmy
good.
works for ICE,
What is ICE?
Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
Oh, I didn't.
How dare you not know that?
It's not a problem I have to face. I'm
He's
sorry.
been saying that. He's been saying that abbreviation all night. I didn't know what the hell
He's-
he was
I
doing.
know.
What
Do
he
you
meant.
guys not
He
read
keeps
as much
updating.
news as I do? Holy
No.
I don't.
Literally,
I
ICE is
like
plastered
to
in the
keep
news.
my happiness.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Same.
ICE is plastered in the news every fucking day. ICE destroys this family. Watch this video of these illegal gang members get deported and their kids cry. That's what the fucking news places do.
Yeah.
How dare they have compassion?
Yeah, I can't believe my family was on that newscast once.
They were.
God damn, you're racist. Most of my family's legal. Most of
Can I have a name?
Wink, wink.
And-
They're all legal. Okay, come on.
Name, address, and social. Oh wait, no.
They have social security numbers. Just may not have their name.
I got you.
Ahead of time, this is a disclaimer. We're gonna shit on all politics right here, all in the name of comedy and pissing you off.
Well, I'm not gonna try to piss anybody off. That's how you lose people.
No,
Except for you guys. I'll piss you guys off all day.
I mean if you piss
Okay.
people off, they're like,
I don't
man, I
care.
hate that guy. I'm gonna listen to his stupid opinions now.
Yeah,
And then
look
we
at
get more
look at
viewers.
Alex Jones. I love listening to Alex Jones just because he's a great performer.
Okay,
Oh.
but remember that
Wait, was
study
that the
did.
guy that got fired?
No,
No,
no.
that's Rush.
Rush. Yeah.
Look,
Well,
though.
Rush Limbaugh. No, it was
No, not Rush.
'Cause
It's
they're all
Bill
Bill
O'Reilly. Yeah.
Bill
Bill
O'Reilly,
O'Reilly,
because
yeah.
he couldn't keep his hands to himself.
Remember though,
Oh yeah.
Alex Jones' whole thing about the water turning the frogs gay has been proven to be true.
Actually, there's a future show that we're gonna do. Probably
Can I be Alex
a
Jones?
coworker gave me a pretty good idea of a show to do, which is a whole conspiracy theory show. That'd be
Dude.
a pretty fun
That'd be
show.
pretty
Actually.
Okay,
Yeah.
first off,
Yeah.
you realize this is going to be the best show for me ever.
Do we get to dress up like the major conspiracy?
We all have to wear
Basically.
tinfoil hats.
Because
Oh my god! I have two prepared already.
I'm sure me or Austin would enjoy being Alex
Like
Jones
this?
ripping our shirt off in the middle of an argument.
Wait, are we going to get an official sponsorship from Enhanced Male Vitality?
People have. Wait. Oh yeah.
Oh, only old men listen to those.
But no, for real though, I was actually going to bring up this shit that I mean, it's another dumb conspiracy theory on 4chan, so disclaimer, this is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. But it talks about how a lot of media nowadays is not so much focusing on, you know how the whole joke on the internet is they're trying to focus on all of the women going for the one supreme alpha guy sort of shit, the whole like crazy amount of cuck porn going on and the weak dudes are just betas and shit like that, right? This guy's theory and what he's pointing out is there's a lot of shows all of a sudden going on where there's multiple female interests for one character now, one male character, right? There's a cartoon called Star versus the Forces of Evil. The whole idea of the show is there's like 4 or 5 different girls that like the dude character while he's dating one other. And that's one of the whole jokes about it is the main character, or the second main character is never going to get him because the whole idea of he likes every other girl and they all want him, but she can't have him.
Well,
The whole
that's-
conspiracy theory is basically Disney knows what they're doing with this. And in the recent years with Catholicism and mainstream Christianity losing their influence, they feel that Disney is actually preparing a society where Mormonism has the most influence as compared to any other form of Christianity.
So this turned into the conspiracy show?
Yeah, no, this is a prelude. We'll talk about this more. I'll bring more into it another time. But They also said something like Frozen, dealing with the two female characters, but only one kind of nerdy but gets shit done sort of dude character. I'd have to bring up the whole thing. It was an interesting read, but god damn was it stupid.
Can we actually have a show that's just all about Flat Earth? Away from the conspiracy show.
For sure, man.
I mean, what's wrong with Flat Earth?
Yeah.
No,
All right, we're not going into it.
Just remember, Flat Earth Society has members all around the globe.
Where is it? I need to print out a red flag.
A red
A
flag?
yellow flag and a red flag.
Just throw in
Do I was gonna say, do I get penalties?
foul for your
Red flag, you're out, man.
Yeah.
I think everyone would leave eventually. Can you throw a flag on yourself?
So if you guys leave and I'm the last one, then I
Fuck
can
Vince,
just
fuck
spread
Vince,
the
fuck
flag.
Vince, fuck Vince. Vince is an asshole. I hate Vince.
Wait, that kind of letter would get me into like Harvard though. I just read there's a dude who wrote about pizza for his Harvard acceptance letter, and he got in.
They want creativity.
They want
And lots of
creativity. Name something you love and appreciate. One dude just retypes hashtag Black Lives Matter 100 times on his paper and he gets in. That's totally creativity. I'm glad I didn't.
It's
go.
different. No one's ever done it before.
So there.
So if you do it 101 times, you ought to get into Harvard, right? I mean, 'cause
I'm
no
white.
one's-
I can't get into Harvard.
What?
What?
Drink a
And
Red
plus,
Bull.
if I try to even type something like that, that's cultural appropriation, like the ladies with the tacos in Portland. Fuck your people.
You make references and I have no idea what you're talking
All right, Austin. What's the
You gotta-
ladies with the tacos in Portland?
You guys need to be more informed. God damn.
I'm just not bored.
Okay, simply put,
He has a
I'm
life.
bored a lot at work, okay, I understand. Simply put, two women decided to open up a food cart, and they were like, damn, let's make some good burritos. So where do they go to make good burritos? They go down to Mexico to speak to, I wouldn't say advanced chefs, but that sounds weird. They talk to the people that make this shit all day. How to properly wrap burritos, good ingredients, where to source from. This is like, wow, nobody else goes through that much shit. They just go to fucking Taco Bell, learn what they do, and then put it on a food cart. Woo. So they open their food cart. That people find out that they did this, that they went down to Mexico. Oh, they're culturally appropriating because they stole Mexico's recipes for burritos. So they got shut down. Because that makes any fucking sense whatsoever.
Well, I don't think Mexico has an official, staple.
Burrito's an American thing, to
Yeah,
be honest.
that's the whole thing.
Well, that too, yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah, because
That's just
Basic-
double ignorance at
Yeah.
that point.
basically it's just a taco that's wrapped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It developed because American society since the 50s has just always been on the moves with highway and stuff. That's why we saw the explosion of fast food restaurants. We want to be able to eat shit while we drive, basically.
I would really like quality ingredient food truck burritos, man.
Yeah, that
be
sounds
amazing.
like these ladies did this great fucking thing. They wanted to learn what actually made good burritos, so they went to a place where they could learn it, get good ingredients, and source it from. And of course, it's cultural appropriation, and then virtue signaling got them shut down.
Yeah. Speaking of food trucks, though, there's this food truck, and it's probably a restaurant called K-Bop. No, that's really good too.
K-pop? I love K-pop.
Well, that too. Soul Taco, and it's Korean Mexican mix. It's so good. I'm telling you,
I've
man.
never been a fan of the fusion foods.
Me neither, but this works, man. I'm telling you, it's really good. They make burritos, and it's so good.
You've never had macaroni and cheese with hot dogs in it? What the fuck are you, not American?
Never had pizza with chocolate pudding?
I actually have.
That's very specific.
I actually back in
I just made that up because I thought no one would do it.
That's a staple Mexican dish.
I think it was back in middle school or elementary school. I accidentally dropped my rectangle pizza
Oh, those
into
things are the
chocolate
worst.
pudding, and it tasted amazing.
No way.
So I would dip my pizza into chocolate pudding.
You're
No,
kidding
it
me.
wouldn't.
That's a lie.
It wouldn't taste good.
That doesn't sound. That doesn't
It
sound good at all.
tasted good to me. No,
Oh,
I mean
sure.
it's not like it was a giant dollop of it. It was-
Bartender.
Yep, gotcha.
Bartender, can I have another one?
You're not even.
I
It's
just...
about to get finished.
You say is only 1/4 of the bottle.
I'll get another one when you're
Oscar, that's
When you're
pretty,
older.
pretty disgusting. I don't even do that. That's fucked up.
I'm not sure. what you're
I
talking
share a
Last time
secret
we
and
did
I get
this show,
judged.
I wasn't even 21.
about. Oh well, we better.
Yes, you were. You can't drink if you're not 21.
I was just above
21.
Wink to the camera.
21.
I'm sure there's a statute of limitations on that.
I
It's
mean,
3
what are
years
they
ago.
gonna do? Hey, we possibly think because of your shitty podcast, you
Yeah, I
did-
drank water when I was
Yeah, the whole
last
time.
time.
And
You just-
Vince, you've got this disease where you can get drunk off water, like the dude that gets drunk off eating bread.
Yeah, because it ferments in his body. That's actually
that's
interesting
rough.
shit.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah, he
a
can-
nightmare.
That means he
It's an actual.
doesn't pass it.
It's an actual
It has to.
condition. Like it. There's something that ferments bread in their body.
Yeast,
So
maybe.
they have to go through various tests because they get pulled over and they
Oh, dude.
they get like a whole bunch of
They get
You been
tickets.
drinking,
tickets,
son? No, I
DUIs.
just went.
DUIs.
yeah.
I just
Just give
went
him a
to
card,
the
man.
restaurant. I got
Yeah,
some
but
Texas toast.
Does he get drunk off of it,
Yeah,
or does
He
it
does
just?
actually get
It's straight up drunk.
you get drunk off it.
Then what do you do? Would
You
you
just
give him a
don't-
DUI
yeah.
or no?
Eventually
know.
they'll fight it. That's what that guy did.
Okay,
He
but
fought it.
look, if he knows he gets drunk off
Yeah,
bread, he
needs
shouldn't
to
be
watch
driving.
that. Yeah,
Maybe.
What's he
because he's dangerous at that point. It sucks. Like I said, it's a nightmare to have that. I would think, but
That does take
It's
on a little bit of
dangerous.
responsibility. At the same time, I think,
Sir, I'm gonna
It's
have to
really
cut
hard,
you off.
though.
That's one too many breadsticks. That
yeah,
doesn't work.
right.
Oh God!
Like, oh, I'm sorry, honey, I can't go to Olive Garden.
But if he does, and they get
You're gonna
him,
have
is
to
that
drive.
his suicide? Just unlimited breadsticks?
OD on breadsticks.
That would be an interesting way to go.
pretty
Like,
okay way.
I'd be all right. You know.
but would you have died because you were fat, or would you have died because you knew your
Unfortunately, though, you're at
Yes.
Olive Garden, so it'll pass right through your system before.
So what we're
anything
saying
gets
is
through
we're gonna get this
processes.
dude on a future show, and when we go around what we're drinking, hey man, what you drinking? Olive Garden breadsticks.
Well, you
Heck
drink
yeah.
it.
It's like, dude, he's just having lasagna. Why is he acting so weird?
Oh God. It's like, that's what the fuck is the whole shtick thing they say? It's a curse, but it's a
It's a blessing,
Blessing,
and a curse.
blessing and a curse.
How,
Jesus.
how do I know that over you, Mister?
I'm sorry, I read stupid shit in the news today all fucking day about women being denied the right to have a food cart because that's racist.
I think you're missing a tinfoil hat.
All right,
They're at home, okay? I didn't know I needed one.
let's jump right into the big political clusterfuck that we're about to
Do we have to?
do.
Oh, but it's so much fun.
And let's actually go back before just right now because we haven't done this show for a while. Let's go back, let's say half a year.
Okay.
Half a year ago. So start or end of last year.
How the USA's salt production
Now-
literally quadrupled on November 4th.
Did anybody? It's hard to even like start talking about this.
You got to be careful how you phrase this.
I don't
'cause
give a shit.
No,
man.
it's better if people's political things don't
Opinions.
go out there too far. Nah, fuck it. It doesn't matter.
We're literally being recorded
You guys,
right now.
no, yeah, you guys just need to watch about yourselves. I don't give a shit about the podcast and political. Everyone's entitled to their own political
Yeah, of course.
beliefs and
Yeah, that was the whole
this
point.
and
I-
that.
I don't
My
really
whole thing
care.
is I just like being a shit disturber, but we're on a fucking podcast where we're talking about being drunk all the time. We're gonna say some shit we're gonna regret later, so let's just fucking have fun with it.
I regret coming on this show with you.
Probably.
So everyone who's anyone, you could literally live under a rock, and someone in Trump would have buried his way to tell you that he was president.
That would be so weird.
But it would happen.
Hey,
So,
I'm president.
Trump.
You have
so
to
we're-
admire the tenacity of that. Though.
Okay,
With
look,
everybody.
With
on
them
an
small
honest thing,
hands
he-
digging through the
he
mud.
has
That would
a-
take months.
He has a right to gloat though, because nobody knew, nobody
saw it
expected
coming.
it.
To this day,
Nobody wanted it.
to this day, I love seeing MSNBC and CNN freak the hell out.
Yeah, they're like,
The
oh.
very beginning, on that day, they're like, oh, Hillary's going to clean
as
it
the
out.
day
320,
goes along.
320 to like 100. Trump can't win. No one carries those states. And then as the day progressed, their faces
crumbles.
They start to. It's like the 7 or the however many stages of loss. Like they go into like denial,
and then anger, and then bargaining, and
sadness.
Like watching it reminds me of my father. Because as I grew up, his face just kept getting sadder and sadder, like those reporters. Just knowing that disappointment was inbound. And it was never going to change.
Honestly, though, with that day, whenever I'm feeling down and need myself a laugh, all I do is I search up the Young Turks November 4th.
Oh my God.
I didn't watch that.
Was it the Young Turks that were crying, or was it that one chick?
No, they weren't crying, but holy shit, they were beyond salt. They started off so fucking smug about it. They're like, man, Clinton's gonna clean this, and then as it went on, they're like, hey, we just got some state results in. It's Florida just got taken by Trump, and they're like, oh no, he's got this, but he's not gonna get this.
So interesting, like real topic. Recently, Hillary Clinton was interviewed. I don't know if you guys watched that interview or heard about that.
She's still a
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Yeah, sadly.
Who is she?
She's not going to run for president anymore because the DNC is not going to back her anymore because she's a
They know
a
better
failed
now.
candidate a few times now.
Remind me after this whole talk to why the DNC is beyond fucked.
What about that one guy
But
that
same
like
thing with
ran
GOP.
for like 7 times? What's that one dude's name? He was a joke.
Nader.
Nader.
He stopped running. He was under the Green Party. He stopped running because they got their new
But
Green
go on,
Party
Vince.
person. But she said she was interviewed recently about why she was asked why she lost, and she gave several reasons. One was the media and everyone kind of just assumed that she would win, and I think has some shred of truth.
Oh, for sure.
There was
There was
also
a
she used the
low-
term weaponized information too.
Well, no, I'm going to get to that, but there was a
was-
low voter turnout because people just assumed that, so people didn't go.
People thought it was a given, so they were like, why waste my time and go?
Mm-hmm.
Also, a lot of people that didn't care about politics but were angry with the government went, well, I don't want her to win. If that's what they're telling me, trying to stick this down my throat, I'm going to rebel. I'm going to choose the one person that'll piss everybody off. There's a lot of Austins in the world.
Yep.
You're
There
missing,
really
the,
are.
I saw
you're missing the
posts-
country accent, though.
I saw posts on Reddit and 4chan and everywhere around. There was a dude who was talking about. He's like, guys, can I change my vote? I voted in Michigan and I didn't like either of them, so I just put Harambe in the vote. And he's like, and then I find out Michigan's only like 15,000 votes ahead with Trump. He's like, can I go change it, please? I didn't realize it'd be this close. That was the whole shtick with this. I say that too much. This election was literally like everybody was so confident she's gonna win. They put fucking Harambe in there.
It would have been hilarious if Harambe won, though.
It would have been
It would have
because
been
he's
funny.
dead.
Is this a write-in vote?
We just
He's not a natural U.S. born citizen though.
do we
so.
taxidermy him and then put him in the
I mean,
Oval Office?
the
as-
president's basically just a puppet for the country.
that's true.
Deep.
Well, he can't really use it.
Basically, it'd be like a 50-50 because you'd hand him like the veto stamp, and he would just
Fall down on the right
he would
ones.
either he would maybe veto it, maybe not.
But
Who
hell,
knows?
50-50, who knows?
You go back.
But maybe
to,
that's better for the country.
You go back to I believe it was I don't remember which major left-leaning media it was, but they were interviewing Ann Coulter at the time, and they're like, "Which Republican candidate do you honestly think's going to win?" And she sat there and said, "In all honest opinion, at this moment, Donald Trump." And they laughed their fucking asses off at her. This is when like everybody expected it to be Ted Cruz.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
give Ann
Anybody
Coulter.
that said anything didn't actually know that was going to happen. Even the people that were super confident about Trump, they didn't actually know.
The
it was
problem
gonna
with that is this whole election made us realize that polling sucks.
Oh yeah.
happen. Oh
People
Polling are done in major cities.
polling are done in major cities, but there are people that even though you say your names will not be, put out there, they'll still vote. They'll still say their opinion in a way that won't come back to them. That was actually proven. A lot of people put, I'm voting for Hillary or I'm undecided because they were afraid that somebody would judge it for saying I
Right.
like Trump.
Right.
Sure,
So the
yeah.
polling was fucked up because the polling was messed up.
People
The
expected.
DNC and the independents couldn't run their campaigns right because they're like, this country's a given. We have a 15% lead here, when in reality,
Mm-hmm.
It was closer than that.
But see, I was still expecting Hillary because with the DNC voting for the original vote we had with that, and I mean everybody I know, including me at the time, put in Sanders. Everybody wanted
Well,
Sanders.
Everybody
so did I, but my county lost.
Right, but this is what I'm
St.
going
Clair,
at.
Madison County got him. Madison County voted for Sanders over Clinton.
Sanders was
Actually,
One of the reasons Hillary
My
lost was
candidate.
because of that. A lot of people were backing Sanders,
But
this whole controversy
Sanders
happened.
may have not won. It's hard to say at this point,
Against
but Sanders
Trump?
may have
I
not
don't
won
know.
against Trump in
No,
this area.
That's no.
We're a
Look,
very red area.
I looked at the
The
electoral
blue
results.
areas in Chicago.
St. Clair
Yeah.
County was the only blue in the state besides Chicago.
But they voted for Hillary.
I know. I'm talking about the ending election part.
Because I'm in St. Clair County, and I
Right.
voted for Bernie in St. Clair County.
So did I.
And yeah, right, yeah, you're St. Clair County.
And look, this too, I'm going to admit right now, in the presidential election, because of how Clinton fucked over Bernie, I'm not giving her my vote, and I wasn't going to vote for Stein, I wasn't going to vote for Johnson. I just was like, all right, whatever, Trump's not going to win, Stein.
Stein was.
But that was another problem I want to lead into. One of the reasons she lost, Republicans, as much as they hated him, all unified under him. Democrats, they were split between three.
Well, yeah, but you can't. That's not so much a problem in my opinion. That's not a problem with the Democratic Party. They may see that as a problem because they want everyone unified. But that's more of a problem with the Republican Party, that they will all blindly go under someone just because they don't want the other person.
That was the whole thing, though. The
like
only
the lesser
reason
of two evils kind of thing.
I do feel like there were a lot more people that decided that they hated the DNC for screwing over Bernie. So they were like, I'm not even going to give them the glory of this vote and put that thing for Trump, because they were like, it's not going to happen, but at least I'm not part
Or
of it.
independents.
Well, you
Both.
didn't find out a lot about the Bernie stuff until it was already too late.
The
Yeah, but
independents
we
got
knew.
a lot of votes this election. The independents really did.
Mhm.
And then it's like if a lot of people
More
voted
than-
for the independents because they were mad with the DNC. If a lot of those votes would have gone to either Trump or Hillary, who knows how it.
But here's your
that's how
problem:
it
the
turned out.
the DNC has to figure out what they're doing, and they have to pick the right candidate, and they have to stop their corruption, which they clearly have.
Both parties do.
There's no corruption.
Well,
in
here's the
DNC.
problem:
Russia
you've got the Republicans, and then you've got the Democratic Party, which is now splitting in two.
Yeah.
You have a 50%, 25-25. You're
Right.
never gonna win.
And if
At
they
that-
don't get their
at
shit
that rate.
together, they're going to lose the midterm elections too. And
They're gonna lose
Probably.
consistently.
But this was the whole thing too. I personally thought Trump was going to lose because of the fact that Bernie lost that, so it showed people that like, oh man, my vote actually matters. We got outvoted and Hillary won, so we need to kind of do what we need to do now.
I think a lot of people saw that as my vote doesn't matter
Right, that could be a consideration
Well, I mean,
too.
also because of this whole
because
thing,
my candidate didn't get voted for.
because of this whole thing, though, a lot of people were. There's actually some good that came out of this whole ordeal. And the fact is, a lot of people got pissed off with the fact that a lot of the ways states run, you could only vote Republican or you can only vote
Yeah.
Democrat. So now a lot of people are wanting to change that to where it's an open.
Because remember,
Yeah, it
like
should be.
it was
Should be,
Arizona hit the news a lot for the original caucus and stuff, because they were they didn't expect voter turnout, so they shut down a bunch of stations, and all of a sudden people were waiting 4 to
That happened
6
in a few
hours.
states.
So that's another thing right there, is like it showed up like we only finally cared when it was really a problematic thing, but then we see now that it's all fucked up, and that's what cost a lot of people their shit here too.
Have you also seen there's a lot of news recently about a lot of states, especially Illinois, because I mean we're from here. They're pushing for automatic voter registration at 18 now.
As soon as you hit 18, you're going to be automatic.
Which is kind of good, kind of bad. Kind of bad because oh crap, our whole set is breaking
They can
apart.
see through the facade now.
Now they'll know this is a room and not a studio.
What? It's a studio room. What the fuck?
Look over here.
Yeah,
what's
nothing's
up?
happening.
I don't know where it went. Fuck it.
Perfect.
But yeah, so people realize that the shit was all fucked up all along, but they only decided to care when it was too late.
I think this is a stale topic.
Well, Vince was going on about the interview anyways and why she lost and the bullshit reason she gives because she's a loser.
It's okay. Well, let's fast forward, get away from how the election happened.
Yeah,
let's keep
we know
touching
this.
basing all the way up to,
Recent.
to our emperor now.
So January 21st, January 17th.
Now you got me all confused. I think it's the 20th. Wasn't it 20th?
20th. That sounds right. January 2017.
Because you're a lame duck until January the 20th, I believe.
I think so.
Then that would be right, yeah. Trump is inaugurated. A lot of people don't even see it coming. And it's hard to make it out. I was optimistic at the time.
Did you see his crowd, though?
It
It made up for the hands. It was a huge crowd. Huge.
It was huge.
We got the best crowd, the biggest crowd. We got the best people in our crowd.
You got a nail gun?
We got the best people in our crowd. Hillary
Now that
have
I'm
the
leaving,
worst
you guys
people.
can get serious.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so these fucking trade deals in NAFTA with Mexico, goddammit. No. But, so yeah, he's inaugurated. I thought it fell down. So he's inaugurated. People are still pissy about it. And then I swear to there hasn't been a day go by where they overblow something in the news when they should be focusing on things that actually got fucked up. I swear to God.
Not sure. Oh.
Sorry guys,
Stand
we're
up.
having
just ignore
we're
what
having
I'm doing,
okay.
everyone.
It's not technical.
I don't think that's going to go through a wall.
Nope.
It didn't even go through the foam.
Holy shit.
That's real foam.
Is this like American-made foam? Did Trump bring jobs back to make the
If it was
best foam?
American-made foam, it would just... Oh, yeah, it is, because it's just foam.
Yeah. Everybody knows the best everything comes from America.
But yeah, so 20th happens. He's inaugurated. He becomes the God Emperor of the USA. Oh wait, that's Warhammer 40k. People are acting like it's going to be the worst thing ever to happen. He's only going to be in there 8 years.
We got a visitor.
And now a piece fell off that wall.
And everything fell apart.
God, I love this podcast.
All right.
Seriously, it's our friendship.
This is all my fault, you guys.
No, you're fine.
Get down, Peach.
Get out of here, Peach.
It's not your fault, just
So
everything fell apart.
what other events have happened since then that are really noteworthy? I mean,
we'll get to that. Just here, we're taking up...
okay, fine. Hey, we're back. Welcome to the night show. Nightcap show.
Welcome to the
No, it's a night
day
show.
show.
Welcome to the night shift. Seriously, we should be paid for this. Let's monotonize this somehow. Who are we gonna get to?
Monotonize? It's
Yeah.
already monotonous.
Monetize.
Oh, I guess it
Monetize is the word.
That's a real
Let's
word.
monetize
alright?
this.
We only use Trumpisms here. Kafifi or whatever.
We'll get into that whole.
Okay, let's talk about Kafifi. Let's get
Yeah.
No, we're jumping
Yeah.
ahead.
Nah.
We do not jump ahead in life.
No, this is an
we struggle
overall.
through it.
This is an overall theme with this presidency, though, and the media.
They
covering it.
literally... No, you're right. They
It's-
blew it out of the goddamn proportion.
Yeah.
CNN had... Like, every reporter there was freaking the hell out,
Oh, I
wondering
didn't
if
know
he
about
was
that,
having a
actually.
stroke or... They
One
were
can
they were
only
like,
hope.
oh, well... Does this mean that he's not doing well? Does this mean that, that he's losing his mind? She misspelled a goddamn word.
To
And he
be
did
honest,
keep it up for 5 hours, though. Okay, that was. I kept it up
Okay,
for 5 hours.
you have to be fair
He
here.
posted it at like midnight.
Yeah.
You have to be fair here. The media will always try to make a big story out
Yeah.
of any little news. Remember when Hillary Clinton, they saw a dark spot on her tongue and they said she had a hole that could have possibly been herpes? And then that one time that she fell down because she was tired, probably because
I
she
do
was
remember the falling down.
Oh wait, that was because they said herpes.
Yeah,
I heard
right.
it was because she was a lizard person.
There's tons of different conspiracies that everybody makes up. But she fell down that one time. Okay, when you're on the campaign trail, you're going to be busting your butt going to state to state to state to try to get votes. She was tired,
In a comfy
maybe
ass
a little
RV.
bit sick. She fell down, and everyone's now going, "Oh my God, she had a seizure. She's not going to be able to make it."
Right.
But I get that whole thing too. Like
Well,
they wanted to get ahead on the presidential bashing, so they were bashing her before they thought she was going to become president because that's what every news media does.
Probably, but
They
here's the
also-
thing: whenever you send out a Twitter like that, whenever you're the president of the United States and you leave it up for 5 hours, you have to understand that at some point professionalism has to come at the forefront.
The problem here is,
You're
though,
a master of a nation, the
I
executive
completely
master of a
disagree.
nation.
It is a Twitter account.
completely
It is a
agree.
Twitter account.
Of
But
the
there-
president
but there
of
is-
the United States.
He made one little spelling error. It's not like he said, we're gonna have massive terrorism. Oops, I meant tacos.
It didn't,
Like,
it didn't even apologize. He never cleared it up. He never said a goddamn thing about it.
I see both sides on this. Okay, look.
I understand
whenever-
freedom of speech.
Pass me the ball.
Whenever President Obama had a Twitter account, it
Oh,
wasn't his personal
yeah.
Twitter account that he used. He used the President of the United States Twitter
POTUS.
account. POTUS. Whenever Trump got inaugurated,
He gets POTUS.
Obama gave him the Twitter account. That Twitter account has people watching it for problems and stuff like that.
was this on his POTUS
Donald
account?
Trump
though?
has
No, this was
Donald
never
Trump
posted
doesn't
on it.
really post on that.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever has.
I
I
don't
may
think
be
so.
wrong there. But he posts on his own personal Twitter, which there comes the problems. Because no
Look,
one's
it-
watching it.
Through his
Right.
own
If it
personal
would have
cell
happened,
phone.
maybe if it would have happened at noon and he would have let it go
Oh my
all
God,
day,
this is
whatever.
terrible.
He posted it at like midnight.
Dude, I'm not gonna defend a guy.
You're
for-
not a good person.
I don't care at what time you're doing it.
There you go.
You're president of the United States all the time.
What I'm saying is this: what Jimmy is saying too. Yes, it may be just a Twitter. It's not that important. But the thing, it might just be a spelling error. But the main thing is he didn't take the precautions of having an official account where people watch his mistakes. They can't look at
Right.
him. He's not being professional in the fact that at 3:00 in the morning he's bashing Arnold Schwarzenegger on his ratings
No,
of his show.
I'm not defending
stuff
that.
like that.
I'm defending the fact that he made a little spelling error and
It
people.
got-
Okay,
oh, yeah.
out
So
of
tell me
proportion.
this then.
Right.
What's been in the news more? The fact about he just fucking met with NATO earlier in the week, or Kafif?
Well, people just want this whole.
I don't care. I
this
just hate
whole
Trump.
generation wants memes.
Yeah, that's
So
it.
so that's
Basically,
the,
yeah.
Look at every fucking news story that pops up anymore. This one person said something on Twitter, and Twitter got outraged. Twitter is outraged over the newest this thing. Twitter is outraged because there was a puppy.
Notice that they never
Fuck Twitter.
Yeah, notice
I
that
don't
they
even have
never
one.
say Tumblr
Well, that's
because it
true.
doesn't matter.
Tumblr's always offended about everything. Go no.
Well, I mean, I will say this
Can we
about
get a
Twitter.
Tumblr for the show?
Twitter is actually the most diverse thing. So even though people say like Twitter's pissed off about this, it's not necessarily Tumblr where they're just a bunch of of one thing, like one main thing. I mean, you know what I mean?
But still,
Because like literally every conservative has a Twitter. Literally every Democrat
Liberal?
has a Twitter. Liberal, yeah. It's diverse. So whenever people say Twitter's mad about this, that means everybody's mad about this on both sides.
But remember, when people say these arguments and shit, they don't count conservatives as real people. They don't care if conservatives are pissed off.
They're not
Yeah.
real people.
The whole arguments that I believe the stores remember, everybody talking about now, oh, fucking Kathy Griffith and her photo shoot with the Donald Trump head severed. Where were they when Ted Nugent said this about Obama and was going to hang him or something?
That was kind of messed
That
up.
wasn't even treated as they didn't treat it as serious though because nobody takes the conservatives seriously. That's why he
I
won.
will not defend Kathy Griffin.
That was kinda
No, hold
that
on.
was in
No.
bad
This is another
taste.
problem with it though.
Yeah.
Look.
CNN said that was in bad taste.
That's
They
the
fired
fucking
her.
problem though. Hold the fuck on.
Anderson fucking talked bad about
I know
it.
she was fired from
Dang,
CNN.
man.
Hold the fuck on though. Here's your problem. They talked about hanging Obama or fucking
Hanging
light.
Obama?
They did.
Who did?
Fox News people. They were the ones that showed off the people protesting saying Obama was from
Ted Nugent?
Showing all the
what the fuck ever.
showing all the lynchings
They were showing that.
and all the fake bodies.
And nobody took
Oh,
it seriously, but nobody apologized. Nobody ever did. This is the thing. If you are going to jump in that pool to make a splash, you're going to damn well get soaked, and you're going to have to fucking deal with it. Kathy Griffin or Griffith?
Griffith.
She's like a B-list actress.
She
Doesn't matter.
backed down. We know these people hate Trump, but she backed down and she apologized. She's reinforcing the idea that the left is a bunch of fucking crybabies and that they're just going to back down from everything they do while the right...
Carefully.
Well, here's the thing: is like if you make a mistake, I expect you to apologize for it.
Okay, but the right doesn't think that way, and that's why they're this monolithic structure that they are right now, and that's why the Democratic Party has split into three.
That's great, but you're not going to combat
generalize
an idea with the opposite idea.
Not every conservative's like that. Kind of like...
The GOP is still a very monolithic structure as compared to the DNC. DNC gets donations from the people that they represent. The GOP has built institutions to make money for their political parties. There is a very different way that these people try to get into office.
Yeah.
Which, that's how governments go. But at the same time, is like I'm saying, they're chewing themselves up. I don't think you should defend your people for doing something stupid. Like, they shouldn't defend her. But the fact is, the right and the Republicans and the conservatives, they are defending their people doing stupid stuff because they're sticking together. Because they act more like a mafia family in that sense. Always defend your own sort of shit. Meanwhile, the Democrats are trying to stand up for positive things, but they're hurting themselves in a very weird, fucked up way.
People that are spokespersons for them are hurting them. That's the problem. People like Kathy Griffith and whoever.
Perfect.
I don't know.
What's
So people like her, and
she should have known what this was gonna do.
No, she did.
That was a bold fucking picture.
She should look. I don't think it's very tasteful, obviously, and I don't like it. But I would have had more respect for it if she stood her fucking ground.
Again,
I don't. I really don't.
But she's still fired regardless.
That's.
But you get what I'm saying.
If she stood her ground, it would have made them look. It would have made the Democratic Party look a lot worse.
Yeah,
but that's the whole image they're creating, though. I understand the image they're trying to hold, but it's like the whole argument of Antifa or whatever.
Not sure what that is.
The anti-fascist groups that are going around like fighting quote-unquote neo-Nazis or racism by beating the shit out of them.
Dude, that's...
There are a whole bunch of groups fighting each other right now.
Oh.
Antifa is the people that stand up against fascism.
Is that really that big of a problem, though?
It is around the college campuses. We don't have any big college campuses around. This is like West Coast.
Wasn't there a big story earlier from there being like a fight? Could have sworn I saw something on the news.
The last time they really hit the news was when a woman got punched and it broke her nose, and she went on to Patreon to get donations and stuff because they also found out that she was a fetish porn star, like webcam model. And so people were harassing her. She wanted help with her nose. Lo and behold, she took all the Patreon money, bought a house, and just moved away. So the whole other shtick was she put on Facebook is I'm not coming home till I've got 1,000 Nazi scalps, and then she gets punched in the face by, I think it was Richard Spencer. No, Richard Spencer's got dark hair, doesn't he?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
She got punched by a neo-Nazi and gets knocked out.
Yeah.
Richard Spencer, that's...
He was the most recent neo-Nazi that's been in the news a lot about his groups and stuff. He was defending the statues.
Is that the guy that's gay?
No.
No,
That's Milo. That's a
Milo.
That's a whole other
See,
subject.
I'm messing them up.
I do read
we could
too
have
much
had
of stuff.
50 fucking shows in this last half
Pretty
year.
much.
Seriously.
With everything.
I'm almost sad we missed out
It's
on a bunch
crazy.
of it. But my whole point is,
It's hard to catch. It's hard to actually stay on one topic because you say one thing like Milo and you want to jump right into that, and then it leads to another thing.
What I was getting into is Antifa uses the tactics of fascism to fight fascism in all forms of the word, but they believe they're the greater good because they're stopping fascism.
Well, I think it's really it's not necessarily these specific groups. I think you have to cut it at the root, where it's mainly like it's the same thing with. I hate to be controversial, but a lot of malicious groups like, you know, what Black Lives Matter turned into at the last minute, like, it started off as a great thing, and then it kind of started getting a little bit more malicious, but everything that is related to these kind of groups is based out of college campuses. Like, and, you know,
it's
these
because of
people
who they choose to bring in as speakers, though.
The problem with that is the organization itself is not an issue.
Right.
But when something gets so huge, no matter what kind of good you're trying to do, there's going to be people that find an excuse that go, oh, I can hide in this giant group and punch so-and-so just because I have...
That's true.
It's wrong to do that.
That's true.
Look, you can say that you don't want to live in a fascist-type society, but when... Yeah, you're right, exactly. Right. When you use fascism, when you decide to block the ability for... I'm not a big fan... I don't give two shits about Milo either way, but I don't like Ann Coulter. But... they have every right to speak their mind.
Everybody does.
I believe that wholeheartedly. I think Elizabeth Warren actually defended Ann Coulter, which is just something I never thought I'd say.
God,
right.
But when you stop someone from being able to speak, then you're basically doing fascism, and
it's censorship.
It pisses off the group that wants to hear them speak
almost.
more.
I mean,
basically,
you're stopping opinions from being... You're stopping conversation.
Right. And that's one thing...
And
like,
you're saying, this is the way that it has to be, and there's no conversation about it. There's no argument.
You can't
there's no...
say anything.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things, like, I will always be a
problem.
liberal, but this, as a liberal, I will say that the Democratic Party's... Well, not the Democratic Party, but the liberals under that...
It's out of control.
It's getting crazy.
I don't even, honestly, out of pure respect of
Otherwise, they'll start throwing names at you.
I don't want to even call them liberals anymore. They're just hardcore leftists, is what it is.
Hardcore leftists.
Yeah.
They need a fancier name.
Liberals still have a shred of decency because they're the ones defending, like, look, we don't like Ann Coulter either, but damn, she's got a right to speak. You guys need to stop. The hardcore leftists are the ones that are doing this shit, that are fucking... God, what was the story a while ago? They were having a symbolic hunger strike against the racist faculty at a college. By symbolic hunger strike, meaning they could go on strike until they felt hungry and needed to eat.
Well, that's peaceful. If they want to do that, that's fine.
But symbolic hunger strike is just the funny.
That sounds so dumb. Like,
but this
if
is
you go on a hunger strike. Actually, go on a hunger strike. You're gonna.
Right.
It's okay if you eat. Just pretend that you're still hungry.
I really wish I had, like, next time I'll be more prepared to bring these sources
I
up.
don't care.
But yeah, that's the whole thing is when they deny the right for someone to speak, they're reinforcing the opinions of the people that want to hear them speak, that this side is a bunch of motherfuckers and we're going to go kick their ass in the next election. That's all that really matters.
Right.
Look, Trump has made his mark at this point. He's got his Supreme Court judge. His effect is now going to be felt for the next, 40 possible years at max?
40.
If the planet lives that long.
Most of those judges are...
No, I'm talking his judge, Neil Gorsuch.
His judge, yeah, but I mean...
He's the youngest member right now.
Yeah, but it's hard to say whether or not one of the other judges won't die in the next presidency
Probably.
under a liberal.
You never know. If the other ones that are progressive will die out.
Right.
They'll pass away, and then another Republican
But
one gets in there. Conservative one, not Republican.
We got onto this by talking about the election progression. Oh, Kafif is what we were on. Duh.
Yeah, I brought that up and it screwed everything
We need
up.
to move past that.
We have to move past this and go back. Our problem is that we like to deviate from our point a lot. We have to go back.
It would be fun to edit.
We're sticking with... Actually,
we may only do live shows now.
Yeah.
We
can just let it develop as it
No,
goes,
we should go. We should go to Trump now because that's
All right.
that's where we were headed.
Well, we already did Trump, right?
We did
What
Trump.
else do we have to talk about with Trump?
Oh,
the climate accord.
Backing out of Paris.
Okay, so
What is the Paris Climate Accord? Everybody's heard it in the news the past week, and nobody's given a shit until they've heard the term climate change, which we've all heard for, 2001 was Inconvenient Truth, wasn't it? That's when this stuff kicked into high gear. With Al Gore's Inconvenient Truth movie about how storms are getting worse and all this, right?
I wouldn't say so.
that's when
it kicked off in the 70s.
I said when it kicked into high gear.
It kicked in the high gear in the 70s.
Global warming kicked off in the high gear in the
90s.
Yeah, but the populace that didn't care watched that movie, and then they started realizing.
Our generation watched that movie. I don't know about anyone else.
I'd never watched it. That was 2001. I was in like 3rd grade.
I watched it.
That's cool.
In 3rd grade.
Yeah.
Or wait, did that movie come out 3rd grade, or was that just around when No, that was when Al Gore was running against Bush. Was in 2000, wasn't it? Maybe I'm getting my dates mixed up. Regardless, the movie came out and it brought to the mainstream movie and just the general populace the idea of human CO2 emissions were causing an accelerated rate of global warming.
Yep.
What it does is the Accord states that people have to cut out their emissions. Also, developed countries should help underdeveloped countries with money and technology to be more efficient with their growth. Because whenever a country's first developing, the most cost-effective methods to get there are using fossil fuels instead of solar power, wind.
Well, that's what was readily available at the time. That was industrial age.
You know, so the big problem with the Accords, in most people's eyes, is that it's kind of a way. A lot of people are gonna, in the coal industry, are gonna lose their jobs, and the focus for that is because in the Accords it states that the United States, because the United States is per capita the biggest producer of CO2 emissions, we should reduce our CO2 emissions by 26%.
That's a lie.
Per capita we are, not in total.
Okay, I was going to say China outranks us by like 4x the amount.
Yeah, but also China.
I've got questions about
China has more than 1 billion people. They do 17 million.
Is China part of this Accord?
No, they do 17 million per person. The United States,
they're up to 4 billion metric ton or whatever metric tons of CO2 emissions.
Is China part of this accord?
Yes.
China is part of the accord.
China is part of the accord.
I agree.
China. Here's the problem. This is why people are hating it, because China and India, which are countries that are developing rapidly, they have a lot of jobs in manufacturing because their wages are very low. So manufacturing is booming there.
They're hitting their industrial ages.
I think I misunderstood you. So the U.S. would have to decrease its CO2 emissions, but everyone else could just go along.
We're talking. This is what they're
other
talking.
countries, not so much. It's European and India.
Yeah.
European companies.
China could go along its way.
Right.
Yes. For the foreseeable future.
And that is my problem right there. Period.
The other problem with this whole thing, though, it's not legally binding. This is just a bunch of countries pinky promising each other they're going to start cutting emissions.
That's not what I'm saying. The problem is the mass majority of, I'm sure half of this room is from China. You cannot say one thing and do another. We can say that we want green energy and we want to, cut back and do this or that, but then also be so okay with China just going about the business, destroying the earth.
And that's the thing right here. Since the Accord has started, in the past, since like 2008, so about within 10 years, we have cut our emissions from around 1 billion metric tons of CO2. We are down to 825,000.
Another problem that you're going to have is if you sign it and you have the right president, which who knows at this point, but if you sign it and we continue to have the ability to ship jobs overseas without many consequences to larger corporations, then they will take advantage of the fact that we cannot have we have a lot more restrictions on that, and China does not.
So it's cheaper.
They're actually tightening it.
We what?
China's actually tightening it a lot.
China's actually becoming...
Because 3 months ago, they actually had a plan in place to create 80 new coal refineries in their country. And that was scrapped totally. And it came out to be at least a couple $1 trillion US.
That still has something to do with, honestly, because remember, Trump had the meeting with their prime minister around that time, and then in that same weekend, the prime minister announced that they were no longer going to accept coal from North Korea and demanded all cargo ships be turned back.
But
the
thing is,
that
that's
was the
even
same
iffy,
weekend. But they didn't have to add the fact that they were going to go towards green energy. They could have just said, we're just going to reject Korean coal.
Well, one thing is that China is just a country that manufactures things. They have actually stepped ahead of most countries in terms of green energy. They're doing it to progress their economy, plus
Right.
it's helping out. Even though they are allowed to keep ramping up CO2s because they're at a point where they're excusable still, they are taking an initiative for green energy, be it because it's so
couldn't this set back that though? Couldn't this set that back significantly? The fact that we can no longer, that we have the regulations, that we add more regulations to it, couldn't that make U.S. companies want to move over to China more and more?
Here's the thing, though,
because
too,
they have the
about our
ability.
emissions.
Some companies may choose not to, but they have the ability to, and that would scale back all the progress that they have done.
Here's the thing about our U.S. emissions, though. Our regulations are already so strict, you cannot import a normal European car and drive it over here in America because it will not pass emissions tests. We have had other countries, including China, have plans to build factories over here for manufacturing purposes that have been scrapped because they could not physically get the emissions down to our required levels. Our standards are already the best in the world in regards to this. So the fact that they're pushing us in the U.S. to keep decreasing, there's only so much room we can do without a straight up, okay, we have to just go to solar energy by tomorrow.
Yeah, a lot of our emissions are because we have a lot of vehicles, but also because of energy producing. We still get most of our energy from fossil fuels.
But like what you said, it sounds like a lot of countries saying one thing and doing another, pointing the finger at the U.S. saying, you guys are doing this wrong, and then going about doing what they want without the same regulations.
Another reason
that's a problem.
That's a problem.
That's what a lot of conservatives and Trump are saying. Why should we take all the hits in terms of regulations, and also
why wouldn't they follow the same regulations if they're so good?
Other countries are following. It's just they have the exceptions.
Hold on, though. We've been agreeing with this too much. It's Jimmy's turn. He's stressing to say something.
I'm fucking gonna blow the fuck up, man.
So Jimmy's turn. Jimmy is obviously for the Accord.
Yeah.
So these two seem to be on the rope. I'm against the Accord for pretty much reasons we've been talking about. They're iffy, but Jimmy is personally for it. So Jimmy, give us your reasons, sir, and your discussion.
Well, here's the thing. It's like, okay, we came to this agreement in 2015. Everybody signed up to it, right? 2 years later, we're like, nothing's changed. It's been 2 years. That's the thing is, whenever you come to economic infrastructure, when it comes to a giant country with millions and billions of people in this country, it's going to take more than 2 years to get this started. You have to at least come to agreement for at least 2 years, and then have a plan and set, and then progress with it after 2 years is up. So the basic idea is, yeah, we're under unfair restrictions right now, but the whole idea behind this accord was not to act on it. It was to set a plan in place. Without a plan, we cannot act.
The reason it's not enforceable is because it's just to get the idea out there.
It's also just not legally binding.
Right,
is the other
but
problem.
Trump, in his recent acts, whenever he signed over the pipeline and everything, not only does that say to me that he has ties within the coal and oil industry, personally, because, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, I seriously doubt Trump is in any way concerned with anybody's opinion other than his own progressive gains, financial gains. So with that being said, I really don't think that this is in the best interest of the American people at all, because even though, yeah, they aren't going towards it as much as they probably should yet, it's going to take time, but the thing is they're going towards it, and that is a projected future. Whenever the people get behind that, their people are going to influence their government, and then they're actually going to get there. And then we're going to be stuck in the Stone Age. And then we're not going to be able to compete anywhere.
One of the But there is a bright side to this whole Trump thing right now.
He's gonna die soon.
No, because of the mere fact that the United States was supposed to contribute a good amount of money to the UN to help out other nations. Bloomberg, along with a whole bunch of other I can never say the word.
Philanthropists.
There you go, American. They all said they're going to contribute $15 million, which is what the United States was going to do, to the UN. Plus a whole bunch of states and counties are going ahead with the plan because they want to prove Trump wrong. There's always good and bad. I'm not saying that Trump being elected is the best thing to a lot of people. All right, but people are always going to want to rebel against something they don't like, and this is starting a lot of talks of grass movements. Well, with Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's even out there trying to.
But I mean, it's not just that. It's scientific data. It's hard data. Yeah, you can say that people have.
But then why aren't other countries following it?
Because it's taking time. Okay. It's been 2 years.
One of the general other things, the reason why this is not a very popular
We've known about
thing,
it for much longer than
Hold
2
on.
years.
But everybody had very strong roots in the oil industry, in the coal industry. That's where everybody started off at. That's where all the money's made.
Remember in the 70s, though, climate change was supposed to become an ice age, is what everybody feared. Then it switched to global warming.
The ozone disappeared. Because
the ozone disappearing and all this. To a lot of people, this is a lot of scare tactics. Honestly,
think about how any scientific data was ever reached. Before we knew the Earth was round, it was flat, and then somebody went out there and found out it was round. Before anything was known, projections were made.
I'm not disagreeing with global warming. I just have a problem that the rest of the world can be so quick to point the finger at us.
That's what I was getting to anyway.
But not follow the regulations themselves.
Well, the thing is,
like you said, it's been 2 years. Well, it's been 2 years for us.
Well, that data has been collected for at least
I know,
since the 70s.
But we have to follow the regulations. Why don't they?
Because
because
we're more developed. We have more money. We have more chances.
That's how other countries see
per capita. We do not have more money.
Well, that's per capita.
Well, that fucking matters.
It doesn't matter as much.
Absolutely,
it doesn't matter as much.
With the microphone.
Well,
this is a disclaimer, guys. We are all good friends. We just hate each other sometimes.
We have moments.
There's no hate.
We have moments. No, I know. We're all passionate.
You have less people to provide for. You have less land to provide for. Well, and that's pretty much energy.
But this is the thing: is we're angry because we don't have to do it. We don't have to. We're angry because we have higher restrictions on us. Instead of
I'm not angry because we have higher restrictions. I don't mind the restrictions. I'm angry that they don't have the higher restrictions.
The angrier part people are having still is we are paying into the whole fund to help underdeveloped nations. So
as a leader, don't you want to do that?
The thing is, the world. What Jimmy was stating is right. Maybe I should lay off what they got there too, because I'm slurring my words. But here's the thing. Because we are America,
right?
We like to say we're number one and annoy the hell out of other countries, but a lot of countries, in a way, do respect us as number one. They see us as a leading force,
as a leader.
So they think that we should be held at higher standards.
That's complete bullshit, though, because
it's not. I'm not saying.
No, they don't respect us, though. Look at Merkel. No, look at Merkel.
Who the fuck is Merkel?
Angela Merkel, Chancellor of Germany.
She's the leader.
The recent talk she just had with Trump, and right afterwards, talks about how Europe must take its fate into its own hands, and questions the reliability of certain allies because she talks with Trump, right? Do we know why she said that? All Trump did is said, "Look, Europe. You guys need, instead of just taking in all the refugees, we need to start having a plan to fight ISIS." Look, he talked about the trade deficit. No, he didn't talk about that. He talked about that directly to NATO. He said one of the problems with Europe is that instead of fighting the problem...
You're wrong why Angela Merkel said that. Angela Merkel said that because Trump was going to, and everyone knew it,
but look,
not sign off on the Paris Accord.
She still is saying this because Germany got called out on its shit. with what Trump was talking about, I specifically bring up the refugee crisis. There are a lot of problems in Germany due to the massive inflow of a lot of people they did not have the infrastructure for. And it has caused a lot of political turmoil there. And she's even having to give in to certain groups in Germany that are along the right wing because she really wants to keep her election. She wants to stay in power.
Dude.
Look, the whole thing that I'm trying to get to is...
If that's why, that's cool. It's still backed by science.
The whole shtick, otherwise, look, you can't, as a scientist right now, officially try to research anything against global warming or you're instantly shunned. My whole point of science is I don't care if it's wrong. I want somebody to try to research it and prove that it can't be wrong and not...
That's what they do. That's called science.
Yeah, but what Austin is saying is actually correct. Right now, the EPA cannot do certain things. They can't talk about... It's global warming they can't talk about right now, right? The EPA.
Well, yeah, because
that's fine for the
restructuring.
EPA.
What I'm saying is...
But
right,
scientists can still
scientists
theorize.
are still
freelance.
No, scientists are still... I'm not saying the science is wrong. I'm saying that right now there's...
And the other problem that we're having in the world with climate right now is the Arctic ice caps are melting. The Antarctic is not. We're having ice shelves break off, but look, we as humanity have only
Austin,
been on
I hate
this
to
Earth.
say this, but the Antarctic ice shelf, they're about to... I don't know if they lost it, but they were about to lose
lost
like
a huge chunk.
a gigantic chunk. What are you talking about?
I told you I should have done a little bit more reading on the certain things I was going to bring up, but the whole belief in general...
You can be conservative as long as you don't know what you're talking about.
That's a good point. We're on the ass end of the Ice Age. We know this.
Sorry for any conservative out there.
20,000 years ago, where we are right now, was covered in a glacier. 20,000 years later, the Arctic ice caps are where the glaciers are right now. In 20,000 years, that's a lot of melting. That's a pretty decent average temperature raise of everything going on. Now, I do kind of subscribe to the theory, yes, climate change is a thing. There's no denying that. But what I question is the amount that humanity actually accelerates it.
Well, that is where direct correlation comes in. It's whenever you look at a histogram and you realize that as soon as the industrial age hits, the parabola doesn't do that, it does that.
And also, I mean, scientists have actually dug into the shelves and tracked the ice
and I
melt
understand
and
that.
all that stuff.
My whole thing is I feel like all we're doing is accelerating it. There's not exactly a way to stop it, regardless. All we can do is slow it down.
Well, all you can do is slow it down. No, it will happen. Eventually, it will have to happen. You cannot stop the fact that it will happen.
The history, by judging the planet, learning about it with all its studies, it's been proven that we go through cycles.
Right.
The only problem is we're accelerating it beyond what has happened before, and there's a fear that we may be making it worse.
And we could cause self-extinction. I am not about to defend someone's job.
Extinction would happen anyway whenever it would happen.
Well, at least we would develop to the point where we would maybe come to a scientific conclusion on how to prevent it.
Look, the biggest problems we're going to suffer. The biggest problems that are going to suffer is, at first, countries near the equator are going to become barren. Not that they already weren't. The only good part about Africa is honestly the east coast of Africa is a decent place.
Well, I need to take a bathroom break.
We'll continue going on. Regardless...
Wait, aren't you going to pause it? Now people can...
No, go on, Austin. Let everyone know.
Regardless...
that opinion. I'm not even going to...
Look at the history of humanity. Japan is only a populated island because we were able to walk through... Or the people were able to walk the landmass onto Japan, glaciers melt, ocean level rises. We understand this is a thing.
What?
Japan was only populated because people walked from Asia into Japan, the glaciers melted, and then the island got cut off.
And also,
I'm saying
boats, because it's been proven.
Originally, it's because they walked there.
Yeah, but I'm saying a lot of islands.
Yes, and that's how the outside world contacted them, as boats. But so, the fear that I'm getting from this is the only fear we ever hear about is problems with agriculture and then coastal lines being destroyed, sort of thing. My whole thing against that is we shouldn't have, like, coastlines already have enough problems as is. And also, if you ever try to bring up Venice in an argument about global warming, just don't. It's a fucking artificial island on pallets. I hate any time anybody brings up that argument.
I don't care enough about that.
But, so, what we're talking about is rising sea levels to an extent that are going to start taking away coastlines.
Wait
Look
one
at
second,
Louisiana.
Vince is back. Let's talk about Africa.
I'm just saying Africa's already got enough problems with agriculture and food. The report is that poor nations are going to be hit first, especially around the equator. So you're looking at poor African countries. Those people are either going to have to move or die. It's simply put. They will not be able to farm there. They will not be able to raise animals due to the temperatures.
Right.
And all of that.
And then we'll be it.
The U.S. and Europe will be more fine because we still have a huge buffer in terms of temperature for agriculture.
Well, that's the thing.
We also have the infrastructure to just ignore nature and build giant greenhouses. But, what? Jimmy's about to have an aneurysm.
No, it's fine. I'd rather Steve have his job than, have a planet. That'd be great.
Wait, are we talking about coal mines? I don't know who Steve is.
Oh, the guy that's going to build all the agriculture houses.
Oh.
Who used to be a farmer, but he can't farm now. But he used to be a coal miner.
Yeah,
but
but now he's got a nifty job
and then
as
he
a
used to be an
greenhouse.
oil
This is the whole
rigger,
thing.
but he can't oil rig anymore because we can't do that anymore because it turns out, science is right.
Look.
Who knew?
But this is the whole thing, too. If you still believe anything against that, because there's not, in my opinion, enough reports out there that offer a counter view. You have to give in to that.
That's great. I don't understand. I would rather have...
Look, I'm not...
Just because you don't have a 50-50 doesn't mean one thing's wrong. It just means one thing is overwhelmingly right.
I guess I get too much into politics as compared to...
No, you don't. You
stuff.
just like the underdog.
To an extent. Like I said, I'm not denying climate change. I'm just saying it is an overly stated... Like, the fear that they're trying to bring into this is insane to me. Because
we'll be back.
In the 70s, it was still ice.
back and
I don't
drink.
know.
I'm just gonna sit back, calm
All
down.
right, welcome back to the Nightcap Show.
Do we really have any viewers? I'm shocked because they didn't leave.
They did.
Nice.
They're probably
Wait, I'm
gone.
one of the three. That's
Oh,
one.
okay. So
Nice.
there's two
Okay.
viewers.
So we're
Right.
back. We all had a discussion about how much we're gonna fucking fight this out, free for all, bare knuckle style later, and we'll be all good. We're gonna film that too. Winner
That
post it
should
to
be-
YouTube.
That should be a Patreon thing. Us getting into a boxing ring. No,
Our-
seriously. Like,
Our platinum member Patreon people get exclusive access to the live beatdown.
we all put up with each other, but there's this. I know this for a fact. We've all wanted to punch each other in the face at least once.
That's just male nature.
Jimmy has actually physically hit my face a few times.
I haven't punched you.
It's kind
I
of
haven't
close.
punched
You.
you.
had to hold back. I saw it in your face. It went too far.
So,
No one's ever hit my face.
Yeah,
me either. No, weird.
Jesus,
But so-
am I that big of a dick that only I get hit?
Probably.
Oh, okay.
On the whole thing is, you guys, just as much as we are, we're tired about hearing of politics. We came here to drink and get fucked up and just enjoy a good time. So we're going to move away from the politics for right now because we pretty much discussed everything. We've discussed the majority of everything besides that the agreement says 0.03 Celsius over the next 100 years. Which, for the rest of the civilized world, unlike you fucking Europeans,
no, 3 Celsius.
You just spilled animal cracker all over your tongue.
I cracked animal cracker. 34 degrees Fahrenheit. Average temperature they want it to drop around the world.
No, not drop.
They want to average it out, though.
They want it to be less than it is going to be.
Okay, that's fun. But so we're going to move on
This
to
is no idea
some... I thought...
Jesus, right at okay, you guys. Let's be lighthearted.
Guys.
Let's try to be. It doesn't even matter.
entertainment news.
All right, everyone,
time.
grab a weapon.
And it's not.
There's
It's
only
not
one
that
way
I'm
to
getting.
settle this.
I'm not getting angry. I'm just.
What is this,
We're
by the
talking
way?
to people.
He's not being angry. He's just being aggressive.
I don't mind ignorance. I mind the spreading of ignorance.
He doesn't mind ignorance. He just hates stupid people.
No, I don't hate stupid people.
La, la,
Just
la.
hates misinformed people.
Austin's not a stupid person.
Just maybe misguided.
You
He can't say it with a
you
straight
just,
face.
You just talk about things that you don't know about.
Yeah. So we'll talk about things I do know about. Entertainment news, as Vince was bringing up.
I don't know this stuff.
Then that's fine. You can just sit and drink more and like you shouldn't.
Oh, spoil it for him.
It's not gonna be spoilers.
It doesn't matter. I don't have.
I can
any-
avoid spoilers because I've already thought about it. Alien Covenant came out into theaters. What was it? 2-3 weeks ago.
I don't know. Yeah, probably.
And look, I want to be in this discussion right now just because I'm one of the biggest Alien fanboys there is. It's my favorite fucking movie series.
Michael Fassbender.
Was the only good part about the movie.
Michael Fassbender.
The problem, the whole reason we're in this shit show of the Alien movies is because Prometheus came out, but the executives at Fox said with Prometheus, no, you cannot use the xenomorph in this movie. Because in Prometheus deleted scenes,
Michael Fassbender?
No. When the engineer originally gets infected and all, like the Deacon scene, the last
Not
thing
Michael
that pops
Fassbender.
Well, I have Vince, I'm gonna fucking murder you.
We're talking about Alien Covenant. I don't know what else to talk about. That was it. There was Michael Fassbender.
I'm putting this into perspective though. The Deacon pops out as an added-on scene that had nothing to do with the alien. It was like a precursor, but then in the comic books, that thing turned into a mountain, which is the funniest thing I've ever. Comic books are fucked. So the executives didn't want anything resembling a xenomorph in the movie, which sucks because the original story had something pop out of the engineer like a proto-xenomorph that was growing exponentially as it was chasing Elizabeth Shaw. Blah blah blah. It dies. They leave. So they realized Prometheus was a huge fuck up. So this time they're like, hey, you can use the xenomorph in this movie. And it was a disappointment. I liked the movie. It was good action. It had a few good
The
moments.
Xenomorph's a full one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because the movie had the xenomorph and the neomorph.
Neomorph's the small one. The chest
Mhm.
burster kind of thing.
The
or-
backburster.
But there was a backburster, a chest burster, and a xenomorph.
The chest burster turned into the xenomorph. It grew up.
Yeah, that I felt like that was implied, but it was never totally
Vince, that's
understood.
always been the way. The chest burster turns into the bigger alien. That's the baby. The face hugger.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, even in Alien 1, yeah.
The face hugger implants the thing that grows into the chest burster, which grows into the xenomorph. The neomorph, on the other hand...
What was with the... Because it grew up, but it was
spores.
Weird.
They inhaled the spores.
It was almost human-like.
In Prometheus, that black goo was described... Or it's the accelerant is what it was.
That's right. It was in Prometheus.
So, because remember, Elizabeth Shaw, who in the movie had made a point that she was infertile, and her husband got it on, and all of a sudden she was pregnant, and she was like 3 months along after a single night. Because, remember, David, or Michael Fassbender, put that shit in the drink, and then it infected him, and then that changed. So, the whole story of the beginning goes, he and Elizabeth Shaw took that ship, and while he was on that ship, he perfected the black goo, and then they attack the engineer homeworld. Everything in there is dead. There's a bunch of spores. The crew members accidentally inhale some of those spores, and then that's what starts creating the neomorphs, or otherwise known as the beluga aliens, because that's what they look like. I'm just saying, as a lifelong Alien fan, I'm pissed. Because that movies always ruin the novels and the comics that they had from the 90s. That's always a thing. But they pretty much made the Alien vs. Predator series non-canon for this. And Ridley Scott even went as to say that Predators don't exist in the same universe anymore. They've completely retconned that.
Well, I guess Ridley Scott can do whatever he wants with his universe.
Which, yes, I understand that. But it's such a great franchise, though. Comics, video games, movies, that's pretty successful, starting off with two executives going, hey, these things could fight each other. So you haven't seen it. Jimmy, you didn't go see it either?
Yeah, I went saw it.
No, you did.
Yeah, Jimmy and Vince went to the movies without inviting their best buddy over here.
I went with my lady friends.
Who's that?
So then, what did you think of it?
I didn't think you'd want to go, man. You didn't say anything in the chat or anything. So
it's all right for everyone listening to this show.
Sorry, bud.
They all love me.
We'll invite you next time.
So what do you think about it, Jimmy? What do you rate it?
I don't know. I'm honestly, I can't give a unbiased opinion because I have fanboy goggles, so I can't give it.
I do too, though. The Alien series is my favorite shit.
Mine's delusional. My fanboy goggles are delusional. So.
But Michael Fassbender too. He was the salvage of that movie. Otherwise, I would have hated it even more.
I thought it was a pretty alright, from a guy that doesn't really care much about that universe. I thought it was a pretty alright movie. It had a lot of problems with it.
The twist at the end was also very obvious.
The twist at the end was, the most obvious thing, except it could have literally never happened because they explained why that couldn't happen, because the new Michael Fassbender was better than the old Michael Fassbender, so he couldn't lose a fight, period. There's no argument there that they explained that pretty clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Except he lost, so fuck it. I had a problem with that. Everything else seemed pretty okay.
The action and the gore was on point.
The gore was really heavy.
It was on point for an Alien movie, though.
It was heavy for an Alien movie.
Alien vs. Predator 2, you had the scene where the Predator blows off the alien's face and the acid starts dripping on the dude's face, melting it inwards. That's pretty gory.
Has there ever been a backburster before?
No.
That was pretty graphic.
First off, fuck you, you uncultured swine. The first movie with the original chestburster scene is the most graphic and the most real of all of them.
I completely disagree. You
realize those were real reactions, though, because the crew, they weren't told what was about to happen.
That's fine that those were the reactions, but the goriness of it was nowhere... It wasn't a
Okay,
percentage.
you're also
of it.
comparing 1979 style or like amount of gore to something now. You have to have so much blood.
I am.
That still was a better scene. The backbursters were original, and it's a neat concept because it was a different type of life cycle for a different organism. But the original was still gorier.
I disagree.
No, that's fine. You can be wrong. But all in all, with the entertainment aspect of it, they're going to now be filming more, obviously, because that's what they do. But I really think Ridley Scott needs to be done with the series and pass it on to somebody else.
Now, the message from what's her name in Prometheus, the woman in Prometheus,
Shaw.
The message from Shaw, that was in the original. That was in Alien.
Yes.
That was in Alien. Now, there was a message broadcast in Alien Covenant, wasn't there? Was that in any other movie, or did they just kind of throw that in there?
They threw it in there.
Okay.
It was David playing the music.
Right.
That
Okay.
he showed. Actually, I forget. It was David. What was the other android's name? The other Michael Fassbender.
It was named after the guy that made them, I thought.
Regardless, because I can't remember the name at the moment. Yeah, it was David's music playing that attracted the signal because he knew what he was doing. He needed more flesh for his experiments. And obviously, since the twist at the ending, there's going to be more movies related to the spread of the xenomorph throughout the universe.
I thought he wanted to make sure that no one else colonized another planet.
He was after the flesh. That's all he wanted.
Oh, it sounded like he would
Because
make
remember-
sure that humans couldn't colonize because he wanted humans to be...
Yes,
gone.
but he still needs humans to make the perfect organism.
His
Oh, so he's working towards it.
Yeah.
his motivation is creation.
So yeah,
He
the
wants
whole
to
thing has
create
now been
a race.
retconned to where the creator of the xenomorphs is David, through his perfection of the black goo. Which, fine, it's Ridley Scott's. I still don't like the idea. I mean, what? The original point of Alien was supposed to be an allegory for rape. Obviously, rape. Are you fucking serious? Do you not look into this that much?
No, I watch a movie and I don't think about the
You're talking about some
cultural and
fucking,
social impacts that it's trying to create on society.
Dude, you're talking about a species that forcibly impregnates another unwilling being and it bursts through and kills them. It is a huge allegory for rape.
I just kind of view it as a movie.
I think that's. I don't.
You sure you're not looking into that?
Yeah.
You ever seen H.R. Geiger's art? The guy who helped design the xenomorph?
That's not rape.
Have you seen his art?
Extensively.
It's all sexualized, robotic eyes, demon weird shit.
How does that translate to rape?
It's still forced pregnancy.
What?
Alright. The alien's life cycle is literally an allegory for rape because they force another being to carry the young xenomorph and then it bursts through killing them.
Yeah, but that's not rape.
Wait, no, I'm confused. You gotta explain it a
H.R.
little bit deeper.
Here's the thing. H.R. Geiger did not have a hand in the storyline. He provided the art, he provided the alien design, and he provided the architecture design, and that was it.
What about it? What about his design makes it rape?
The life cycle starts off as egg. Facehugger pops out, sticks its shit down your throat, and then infects you with the young xenomorph that grows inside of you, and then when it is ready, bursts out violently.
I guess.
It is a huge allegory for the fear of rape.
I don't know.
I would say that in your eyes it is. I wouldn't say that it is.
This is my.
I don't know. It's like a, I guess that kind of makes sense. I just don't.
I mean, what else would it exactly be?
You're right, man.
Not everything has to have a
Why
social
can't
impact.
an alien movie just be about aliens?
Right.
I'm not saying it's a social impact, but it plays on
or
that
social
primal fear.
commentary.
Look, I'm not saying
Maybe they just
it
wanted to
has
make
to.
a cool thing.
Hey man, we're filming a show here. Get off the damn phone.
No, I'm finding my fucking sources for once. Okay.
Your fucking sources are your diary that you keep under your bed.
Okay, that's not the point. Like I said, the whole fucking thing is pretty much there is a lot of disturbing shit related to rape throughout the movies. There is always a lot of hidden meaning.
I got a new idea for a show. What we're gonna do is you, me, and Jimmy are gonna sit on this side of the table, and Austin's gonna sit in the middle on the other side and just start talking.
Okay, check our feed. We probably lost one of our 3 people.
There's still 3 watching now. I don't know,
Austin,
man.
is your whole family?
God bless you weird motherfucker.
Shut the fuck up. Hold on. Alien screenwriter Dan O'Bannon spells it out himself. Quote, "One thing that people are all disturbed about is sex. I said, that's how I'm going to attack the audience. I'm going to attack them sexually, giggity. And I'm not going to go after the women in the audience. I'm going to attack the men. I'm going to put in every image I can of 2 men."
What?
I
I'm the
drank
one
too.
who speaks another
Let
language.
me repeat that sentence. I'm going to attack the men. I am going to put in every image I can think of to make the men in the audience cross their legs. Homosexual, oral rape, birth, the thing lays eggs down your throat, the whole number. It's not the whole idea of that's what it represents. That's what fear the alien is trying to put in you. Is you're about to be violated and it's going to kill you.
Well,
I've got a clip of you saying all that now, and I don't know when I can use it, but I know I can use it.
We need a
you
soundboard.
saying
We need to start building a soundboard.
No, this is not going to sound like a cheesy morning show where someone
You've
says
said
anything.
rape about 15 times. Like,
We
I'm about to throw the yellow flag again.
right.
You know, at this point, I feel like Fox News is going to fire you as well. Like, there's so much sexual.
Look, as long as I get that severance pay, I'll be fine because I didn't know I was employed there.
$10
in
million
the first place.
severance pay.
It's all right. Glenn Beck will bring you onto a show where you'll
Well,
make same amount of money.
In the sake of clarification, I do understand what he was saying, coming from the horse's mouth itself. But I wouldn't say that it was making a commentary rather than.
Yeah, I never said it's making a commentary.
Oh,
I'm just
I
saying
thought it
that's
was
what it
making a commentary.
represents.
I thought that
No,
was the
fuck
thing.
that.
Oh,
It was in the 70s.
it was the tool that they used.
Yes.
To make it scary is what
Yeah,
you're
if
saying.
that's where this whole discussion is getting your guys confused.
Well, Jesus
from.
Christ, man, communicate better. Fuck.
It's not some social
You made it,
commentary.
you made
It's
it
not-
seem like it was a
look,
social commentary. I'm
Yeah.
like, it's a bad social commentary.
It's
'cause
not
no
like
one,
this-
No one thought
He was
that.
stating that point, but never at one time
Look.
did he. Wow, my English! I can't even come up with it right now.
Do you ever even once ever even
I went
sort
to,
of kind of
I went to the
Every now and
way-
then.
every now and
I
then.
went to the Donald Trump School of Speeches.
No,
This-
you don't.
this is-
from there.
You don't say bigly enough.
Yes, and it's written in crayon. Okay, everything's at a 5th grade level.
You
Leave
don't,
me alone.
you don't read at a 3rd grade level.
You don't say bigly enough, so you're wrong.
It's
So
it's
what I'm
big.
saying, I'm not trying to say it's some commentary like the original version
makes
they
sense.
made of Time Machine, how the whole social commentary was on atomic bombs.
Yeah. Okay.
And then how the newer version, the commentary was on colonizing space and world resources because the moon fucking blew up. Have you even seen the newer one?
Which one?
The newer Time Machine was made in like
I haven't even seen
2000,
the one.
between
Oh,
2010.
now we have another visitor.
There's a peach in here.
Oh, I
Hey,
did
how
see
you
the old
doing?
one.
Yeah,
It was like
the really old one was all
long time
about
ago.
atomic bombs. The
Right.
newer version was all about pretty much countries colonizing the moon and then they accidentally blow it up. So it's kind of a reverse fear of, I guess it would be like resource sharing, because only certain countries had the moon. Or the moon part was really not that important anyways. But so, no, there's no overall social commentary with aliens, which is why I also like the movie, because the only real social commentary that it gets into was companies are corrupt, the military is corrupt in Alien Resurrection because they're with the companies, you know. So that's about all it gets to. Also, I wish Alien Resurrection never happened. But overall, like I say, Alien Covenant, I was excited for a while, but another thing happened that I hate nowadays with movies. They played in the trailer a scene where the alien was jumping back and forth through one of the hallways. That wasn't in the fucking movie. That was a kick-ass scene, and it's not in the movie. Why do they do that? It's like Iron Man 2.
It's kind of like the that Alien movie that happened. Well, no, it's the Predator movie that happened a little while ago.
Yeah.
Where there was like 9,000 laser beams on a person, and then there was only one laser on him.
That pissed me the fuck off.
I was waiting for that whole scene in the movie, and I'm like, that's it?
Yeah, Iron Man 2 happened. Also, the scene where, like, Pepper kisses his helmet and throws it off. He goes, "You complete me," and then jumps off. As far as I'm aware, that wasn't in the final movie. It was just in the trailer. Was it? A lot of people had that complaint with the original
I'm not
theater
sure
version.
I'm not sure that line was in the movie.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
In the trailer, he says, "What about a kiss or whatever?"
It was just as lame, though.
So she kisses the helmet and throws it off. And then he goes, "You complete me," and then jumps off to get his helmet.
Yeah, thank God that wasn't.
No, that was in the movie.
Was in the movie?
No.
I
I
remember.
don't know.
I don't know.
I don't even know.
I
So what
tried
we're getting
to. I
at
tried to
is-
put that movie in the back.
So
of my
yeah,
mind.
that
wasn't-
also lost some points with me because that alien scene would have been really kick-ass while it was chasing them. But of course, hey, we're Hollywood. We're gonna play cool shit in trailers that's not gonna be in the movie, so you can buy the special extended ultra real awesome release edition.
The thing is, Hollywood does what big video game companies do. Like at E3, where they show you a super amazing 4K game and you get it in its 480p. They're gonna show what's gonna entice you to buy the game, but they're not gonna.
Hey man, we're getting Death Stranding gonna be shown off next month. Okay, I'm excited for that. He's gonna fuck Konami up. Hideo Kojima's our guy. Hideo Kojima, he's our guy. He's gonna be
Same.
great.
I love it.
Hey, Konami just fucked up there. So.
Yeah, they did. And it was terrible of them, and they're going to regret it forever because Death Stranding is going to blow all of our minds.
Yeah, it could have been so much better.
Do you have a live comment section going too? And people talking sort of shit?
No one's talking.
Aw,
No one's talking because no one's viewing us.
It's background noise.
that's cool.
The three viewers
Yeah,
are
yeah,
It's
thanks.
just background noise.
the three viewers are just
I-
us.
But no, by the way,
We'll do our outro and we'll do another thing.
the whole shtick of why I've got to be the
I'm
guy
not sure
like
we have
Alex
enough for a
Jones.
good show yet.
Right.
There's about 2 minutes worth,
Yeah.
which means that we have about another 3 hours to get about a 40-minute
I got
show.
a segment I want to do audio wise for like a pre-intro to the show, like when you first click play, just on the audio file. But we'll do that after we stop broadcasting.
Probably after a few more drinks so that we get the creative juices rolling.
Can we
Well,
do,
whoever's
can we,
playing the bartender needs to probably not have so many drinks.
Can we do a Sailor Moon intro one day too? We all just transform.
Yeah.
It'd be a great transition.
Yeah, you're paying for it.
As long as you guys getting dresses, that's fine.
I'll get
You,
an
you
address.
pay for it.
Most people don't even ask me to get in a dress.
Oh wait, no, it can't be dresses. We gotta wear rompers. Isn't that the new thing right now?
I would rather wear a dress.
I swear, man, rompers and fidget spinners came out on the same week.
Fidget
And I
spinners have
just-
been out since fucking
Fidget
2004
Dude,
though.
oh my God.
No, fidget spinners came out earlier than that.
The woman invented the
I
shit
don't
in
know.
like 04. Like
That's
the design that's
when it
currently
just
out
blew
nowadays.
up.
I thought it was before that. I thought it was like
Well,
1994.
The patent's been out for a while, but people noticed that the little fidget toy craze was still going. Like the fidget cube happened and the little handheld toys. So yeah, fidget spinners happened. And then everybody's like, "Oh, these are great for kids with ADHD." And then the scientists kind of like, "Ha, no, they're not. They're dumb."
You know, to be 100% honest, I saw when it just hit, and it's still pretty popular somehow, which surprised me because I thought that was going to be one of those things that happened for like a week. And it just happened for like 2 to 3 months.
Yeah, I went to a gas station right by the register. There was a $20 fidget spinner.
Oh, people are buying them though. You buy them from a fucking
Should've
Chinese
cashed
factory.
in like right when it started, like just
Vince, you can
bought
still
a bunch and resold.
buy them from China. $2 a piece. You could sell them like fucking.
Buy a 3D printer, make $1 million.
That's actually how
the
those
ball,
kids started.
The ball bearings. Oh yeah. But still, I still count that in the same category as Minecraft and vaping and fedoras. It's just as
That they're all cool.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you're not part of the in
You
crowd.
say the A word.
You even.
Here's the thing: we all have to do that in our intro. All of us have to have a vape. All of us have to wear fedoras.
Okay. Are we gonna be playing Minecraft? Get the fuck out of my room! I'm playing Minecraft.
No, we're going hipster, not little kid here. All right, we're too cool for computers. We use typewriters and play video games off that.
Is it you or no? It's Camden, but still, you're the one that's always like, "Yeah, I'll play fucking CS:GO with you." Fuck you and your anti-computer shit.
Yeah, that was a joke.
I know. Wait, speaking of which, I want to play CS:GO sometime tonight.
Yeah, want to play ESO sometime?
What? And people don't play.
I
that
completely
game.
gave up on ESO because I had so many more games.
I'd still rather just play Skyrim.
I've played a couple
You know
days.
what? You know what sucks about having over 200 games in your Steam library alone?
Do you never install more than 4 of them?
I have I have two 4 terabyte hard drives, so I install a shit ton. I just don't
Oh,
play.
look at me, big numbers. No,
Yeah,
that's
most
fine.
of it's porn.
I
He's
can't
got 8
actually-
terabytes. I've got 1 terabyte. I couldn't.
I'm never
think
gonna.
to
I'm never
fill
gonna.
that.
I'm never gonna use my. Never gonna use it.
But
But still,
I've used up my 500 gigs on my computer, so
I have used about 500 gigs on 50
well, pretty much
gigs.
all I've got right now is Overwatch going on, which I actually need to play because the event's going on. But and then FTL, which that game fucking hates me.
I bought Overwatch because of the event. The community is completely toxic. It's like
Dude,
Counter
that's
Strike.
too.
The game literally had more porn than most porn stars make in their entire career.
No, what I'm
before
saying,
it
what I'm
came
saying is
out.
the community's like toxic because there's so many noobs now because of the discount that you join into a game and everyone leaves because they see a low level. They're like, oh no, it's just a new guy. And they'll leave.
I'll fucking play. That just means more people for me to shoot.
No, you know how many times I've gotten into a game and gotten kicked out because everyone leaves? No, that's ridiculous.
People are stupid. I mean, what to say? What can we say about that?
All right, so what were we doing? We were trying to come up with some outro.
Oh, are we doing that now? Yeah, why not? Fuck it. You know what? I'm gonna end the broadcast. We'll keep recording just in
Thanks
case.
for
we get
sticking with
something
us, though,
golden.
guys. We're gonna
Yeah.
work on our entertainment level.
No,
Yeah,
there's not much of an entertainment level.
We had a good
We'll
thing
take it
going.
all
Way to go.
Look, when we first started, we had topics in our
I don't
group
wanna say it
chat
can
set
get
like a
worse.
week in advance.
That-
There's
that-
the only way. The only way to go is up.
Yeah.
That's the way to look at
Hopefully.
this. I mean,
the only way.
This honestly though, like I say, Vince didn't even tell me, or like I didn't know this was going on until like Wednesday, and I was like, holy fuck, yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, you're lucky. I brought you in.
You guys have to have an Alex Jones of this show. That's me, okay? When
Alex Jones. I'm the one who watches Alex Jones religiously.
do you think the water turns the frogs gay? Do you actually believe that?
what else does?
That's not even the craziest thing he
Okay.
said.
Yeah, I know.
There's transistent
Okay,
aliens.
but the thing is, that's not actually crazy because that's science.
Yeah, and it happened. It actually happened.
Because
a lot
that
around
actually happened, and that is science.
here. Okay, then.
Scientists prove
We'll
that
say more
the
of what
water
he
was
said.
turning the frogs gay.
So then Hillary Clinton
That
is
was
actually
true.
a dimension-traveling, shape-shifting demon child
I'm not
molester.
saying that.
science has proven that
I'm
may
not
be
saying
true.
that. But science did prove that that water was
Give
turning
me,
the
give me
frogs
a
gay.
theory. Give me a theory that
have-
says that's not true.
Okay, do you guys believe in Petalwood?
Austin, you keep throwing out these terms, man. We don't know what the hell.
Read more, motherfuckers.
We're old people. We
Petalwood
don't.
is the whole idea of
That's who
Hollywood
reads. Old
executives.
people read and drink prune juice. Okay?
Hollywood
That's all they do.
executives, actors, and politicians that are engaged in a like child sex trafficking ring, like the whole fucking. Remember that
I do
one,
everything I can to avoid
You know,
Hollywood.
no,
that
no, no.
pizza
Yeah.
place.
If you want to if you want to get into Alex Jones, the best show to watch is when Alex Jones went to the Joe Rogan Experience. It is literally 4 hours of Alex Jones doing his thing while drinking and getting high with Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah,
The best freaking show. I don't care what political.
Joe Rogan's conservative, right?
Not really.
No, he's
I
pretty
just
liberal.
got the impression that he's conservative.
No, like
So
I don't
here-
care. I don't care what.
Not
side
Joe
of the
Rogan. No,
political-
Dana White is.
Yeah.
Dana White is.
I don't care what
conservative.
side of the political
Joe Rogan's
spectrum you
side.
fall on. If you watch the Alex Jones thing with Joe Rogan, you will be laughing your ass off. It is funny to see. It's funny to see Alex Jones just go, "This is tobacco, right?" It's just like, come on.
We all know.
So what we're implying though is throughout the evolution of this show, Jimmy is going to be the voice of reason. I'm going to be the voice of insanity.
I disagree at this point. I think we have a voice of reason. I think Oscar's the most voice of reason. I'm next to that, and you have a hardcore liberal and a hardcore conservative. We're kind of center.
I'm a hardcore shit disturber.
That's
though, not a
usually
conservative.
that's actually what you're center right. I'm center left.
I'm center right. He's center left. You're left, and he's right.
I just believe in science, man.
I didn't
You
say I don't
fucking
believe in
liberal.
science.
Get
And
outta here.
that's the thing is, like, color it how you want it. Science, liberals basically.
Get outta
just-
here.
It's just
We're
science.
probably brown with that.
That's fine, but there's like I'm not good. I'm no.
Save it for the political
Wait,
episode.
1 second. I'm the voice of reason here?
No.
Holy shit. I think I'm the only one who voted for Trump.
I just fucking said that I did.
I didn't.
As a fuck you to Hillary, and then I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
That happens. Huh. I was in disbelief, too.
Everything
Don't get me wrong.
Everything I've wanted has
I didn't
happened.
care who was elected. I didn't want Hillary because Hillary has her own problems.
I didn't want Hillary. I wanted Trump to fuck things up so the Democrats would get their way. And it's doing one of these things. The Democrats try to start something and then they go down.
But look, if we...
Usually, yeah.
It's just
If
like,
we get...
Democrat, no, the DNC has to figure their fucking shit out.
they have about a year
They have
to do
problems.
this.
Oh yeah.
Actually, remember,
Crazy.
they're fucking themselves up, too, because Bernie Sanders is on that Democratic Unity Tour right now. They took a stop in...
Bernie Sanders sold out to them.
Yeah, we get that, but he's now like, okay, I'm coming back with a vengeance sort of shit, but it's already too late. Regardless, mayor of Omaha, was it Omaha, Nebraska, I believe. There's a guy running for mayor there who's a Democrat. Nebraska's a deep red state. Democrats running for mayor. He's got some popular numbers.
Wait a second. A Democrat's running for mayor of a state.
Yeah, sorry, I pulled an Oscar. He's running for mayor of one of the biggest cities in the state, okay? That's pretty important to
That
get
makes-
a blue foothold. What I'm saying, the DNC group that's on this unity tour began to tear Bernie Sanders apart for throwing his support in. Why? Because this man is a Democrat, but he is pro-life. These people don't realize if they're all going to have the same cookie-cutter beliefs, then they're all going to get defeated that much easier.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is the cookie
One
cutter.
single pro-life Democrat will not hurt the overall fact that every other Democrat is pro-choice.
You can't have a whole party that's uniform. The only party that does that is pretty much Republicans.
That's the thing. They've never seen a guy who runs for blue get as much number as he had.
Hardcore
Numbers.
Republicans. Because there's
In that
two-party
state.
people.
That's because he's basically independent. He's what Oscar and I lean on, which is he's what I lean on about Oscar, but I think Oscar's sort of that way too, which is a social and scientific left, but a economic right.
But that's just
I
it.
will never give the left the economic advantage because you can go toe to toe on that. I don't give a shit. They're stupid on
They
that.
both.
And
They're
they want
both
America
gonna
to
do.
die.
They both will do good. It's just if you do things in moderation.
Right, and that was
No,
the
it's
whole
yeah,
idea.
and that's nice that we've been able to go back and forth
Right, and that was the
for
whole
the last
idea.
however many years.
Our school systems are failing, and we need to support them more. Oh, hey, we don't like Betsy DeVos's school. What the fuck is it? Voucher program. That's right. Don't get me wrong. I don't like DeVos either, but
I don't like her.
Nothing of hers is actually.
but
that great.
their belief is literally just throw.
I don't
money
like
at
a lot-
schools
I don't
and see
like-
what happens.
The thing
lot
is,
of Trump's
there's
cabinet.
that big issue though. You can keep throwing money into public schooling, and so far it's done nothing, or you can be like
It's not
freaking
even
her.
that much.
You can be like her and cut spending
Education
and
has
hope to
been
God they
one of the-
improve. Either way, you're fucking somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'd rather the liberal arts not be cut, which is what's taking the biggest hit right now. But that's a talk for another day because you and Jimmy will keep fighting, and I'll
Oh
be back here
God.
drinking my whiskey.
Oh God. When are we gonna do the healthcare special?
Like the viewpoints of what's that guy that was not the Green Party, he was Liberal Party. Now he was an idiot. He was batshit fucking crazy idiot. Remember him?
There's a lot of batshit crazy people.
No, the Liberal Party, not liberal.
that doesn't narrow it down
Libertarian
anymore.
Party.
Gary Johnson?
Gary Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, he was
crazy.
what? He got
But
like
the
5% of vote in
libertarian.
certain
But I
things.
would say that I would lean libertarian. A right economic, but a social.
The blind orphan should be able to work 20-hour shifts at the cocaine factory if they damn well please. Sorry, that was just a huge generalization.
Okay, well that's a terrible generalization, but I would believe that a 15 or 14-year-old, if they want to go out and have a part-time job under certain regulations.
Oh, I thought you were
should be
about to
able
go
to
on
do
about
that.
the cocaine factory.
No, I think that there has to be regulations input if you're going to be doing that.
That's probably another topic, but
more the economic
to remind
issues
myself
is
when
the
we get
shipping
into
of
this
jobs
subject
and shit.
eventually, I honestly don't think so because a lot of kids that are in abusive families have no control of their own money
That's where
while
it gets
younger. So if the
rough,
parents
yeah.
force them to go work, then they'll just get all the money anyway. I mean, when that happens at 16, 17, 18, that still happens anyways. But
what
the
I'm saying,
younger
that
it
already
starts, the
happens.
parents will control 100% of it more than likely.
We should really get the guy to sponsor us because all my bottles are in front.
Go for it.
Yeah, we should really.
Talk to Mayweather.
There we go.
You know, eventually we'll have to set up a sports segment too. I know nothing about sports.
Don't drink these. Don't do it. Don't do it, guys.
You
Drink's bad.
drink Budweiser instead. The blood and patriotic goodness of America.
Yeah, ice can smell
Fuck
the
those
Mexican beer.
It's Miller time.
What?
So it's time for Miller
It's never time for a Miller.
champagne beer. All right, just throw all beer away. Let's do it.
It's just Miller.
Okay, so to help
True.
inform you guys then of Vince, what kind of schedule are you going to try to keep with the show?
I
that's
don't
still
want to
snowballing.
promise a.
What sounds
Every
sensible? Are we
week.
going to try to aim for a bi-weekly, a
That's
once
what we
a
used
month?
to do, and I think that was doable. I don't want to do every week because
Because
That's
there's got to be a week
I'm
of editing.
taking on twice the editing now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't expect once a week. And, I mean, our viewers, as much as you guys love our content and listening to our well-thought-out opinions on our subjects, we can't. As much as we'd love to. Now, are we all none of us work on Fridays, right? Well,
We
Vince,
lost
here's
a
the thing.
viewer.
Here's the thing, though.
The other viewer.
nice.
Here's the thing,
We have
though.
one
with that.
viewer.
That's you.
No, we have
No.
one other viewer.
Oh, okay.
The thing is, if
We
we
appreciate
want to
you.
have other people on here besides you and me, because I'm sure Jimmy and Vince are a given every single week, you're gonna need.
I'm a given every single week. I don't work Fridays.
Yeah, but those two are basically married. I'm just a bastard stepchild.
How am I married?
He's still hung up about the fact that we didn't invite him to Alien Covenant. Oh my god.
I will never forget. Never forget it. All right. I
Never forget.
Jesus
Hey.
Christ.
I was this close to kicking your guys' ass.
It's funny, Oscar.
Don't worry. You may be adopted, but we invited our natural born child, Sam.
I don't even remember
Oscar?
what happened that day.
I remember when I was a part of a group, and now I'm just.
It's kind of funny
Well,
to me though, Oscar.
It
You're
literally
gonna
just
remember
started
this
as me coming over to see the puppy, and then I was like, "Hey, you want to go see?"
Yeah,
No,
it's
just-
see, the thing was with that whole thing was Vince is like, "Hey, you guys want to see the puppy?" And I was like, "Hey, when's this gonna happen?" Crickets. Oh man, we went and watched the movie. I'm like, oh fuck you guys.
But
I didn't even know, man.
I was
Sorry.
I felt like a bride left at the church. Like I was dressed up.
You
I was
got-
sitting on my bed. Like my friends are gonna call me. Then
I'm
around
sorry,
9
man.
o'clock, I'm like, well, I better dress up in pajamas because no one loves me anymore.
You're
And then I
talking
get
about
the-
that. You're
Sorry.
talking
Hey,
about
I
that.
messaged you at 10.
I'm not even in
Yeah,
this chat group.
I was
so
in
I don't
bed
even wanna
trying
hear
to
it.
fall
I wasn't
asleep.
invited to see the puppy.
I was in bed trying to fall asleep. I look at Jimmy post a picture of a dog, and Vince is like, "Oh, maybe I should talk to this guy." Hey, man, we watched a movie without you. Bummer. Oh my god.
How do you think I feel? I wasn't even invited to see the puppy. I just saw one day that Vince had a new puppy, and I felt heartbroken that I wasn't informed of
Yeah,
this.
why wasn't
Huge
I
step in
invited
life.
to get this puppy?
I've had this puppy for 1 week.
No,
No, it's not that. Like,
Literally
It's
1
not
week.
even
It's
that
I-
long.
I
It's been
went.
like I think 8 days.
No,
that I've
I
had this
went with
puppy.
you to get Peach. Peach loves me.
Hey, thanks for coming with me to get Angus.
Yeah, you didn't tell me. I have fucking vacation days. You think they need a Mexican to freaking build houses?
Okay,
I could have
when I got Angus, the woman that gave them to us, she told us that day.
Podcast is over, guys. You feel free to leave.
Yeah, visit our website, www.nightcapshow.com. You can donate to us on Patreon. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter. We post all the time, just not within the last 3-ish years. And hopefully we post, sometime within the next
we're
3-ish
gonna
years.
iron this out.
We
Yeah,
have
that's
an
the
average.
goal.
Yeah, we have an average of about 15 shows every 3 years. So it's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
We're gonna try and figure out this live
5 shows a year.
show thing, and I'm gonna discuss that more with you guys after the cast.
This is
but,
some growing pains. It'll be good.
I forgot we had the podcast on right.
There's a puppy.
And there's a puppy.
Put me in.
So that's pretty much it, guys. There's a puppy, so that's.
Come on, Peach.
No, wait, there's more.
That's the show.
Are we doing the preemptive outro right now, the unofficial one, or are we working on it?
This is the outro.
There's no structure.
I don't.
So. We're a hot
Right.
Alright.
Well,
Yeah.
I
just
Could just open a window.
I
That'd
just
be all it
ruined.
would take.
I just ruined the outro that we're gonna use.
It's fine. It's fine. But so, do we still do the thing on Patreon where they can
do
offer us
Patreon.
drink suggestions?
Drink suggestions. No,
Yeah, we
drink
remember
suggestions.
We did do
We're
that.
never on Patreon. They're
No,
just
Facebook, wasn't it?
drink suggestions or any social media. If you're listening and you want to offer us a drink suggestion, we will
Drink only that.
almost, I guarantee you, almost drink it.
As long as
Next
it's
week.
not like a $15,000
like,
bottle of
or
champagne.
like bleach. Okay,
I was just gonna make
we're
that
not
joke.
gonna drink bleach.
Says you, fuck
Well,
off.
bleach,
I'm
right?
dedicated to my fans.
Thanks, Sam.
Dog.
Windex? You guys like Windex, right?
Go, puppy. Go.
We're good about drinking, mixed
Let's
drinks.
go to Sarah real
Anything
quick.
crazy that I would say possibly. Well,
I'd say maybe up to like $60 because we could all pitch in.
We have a wide variety of alcoholic stores around here. We can
Rum
damn near find
and
anything
mustard.
you want.
You can choose anything from R&R to American Honey.
mayonnaise and vodka.
Wait, what's that?
Ugh,
American
crap.
Test? What's that
That's
one
a real
thing?
white
American
Russian.
Honey, isn't it?
That's an American rush.
Only
That's
Stag.
crazy.
You can choose between Stag, Miller, and Coors.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Suggest it as long as it's one of those three.
Come on.
You can get any car you want as long as it's black.
As long as it's the champagne.
I'm
beer.
sure that the audio feed on this is gonna sound like shit. We're gonna figure it out. I promise. We're
Think
still
of this
trying to
as a
figure
test
out.
run.
It's been several years since we've done
Yeah.
this.
So, future ideas for shows. Obviously, whatever Trump fucks up next. We could probably do a small segment on that every show.
I'm gonna sit out on those shows.
There's nothing you can.
I'll
do
explain a
It's
show.
not what
I'll
I do,
explain. I'm planning on a show coming up, and I'll explain that to you guys. Like I said, after the cast is over.
Can you legally mail alcohol?
No, well, I don't know.
Okay, bye guys.
Donate to our Patreon. We'll send you alcohol. That's what I would love to set up.
Do we have any other plugs to put? iTunes, give us a great review.
I mean, you want
Since we're just the best podcast you've ever
Okay.
listened
Can
to.
I
We're
talk
coherent.
Thumbs
We make sense. We talk about sensible subjects. It's
Yeah.
exactly
keep it-
what you want to
We
hear.
keep it level-headed.
Yeah.
If we're talking about plugs, can we talk about my weed man? Because my cousin needs new customers.
And Jimmy, I think that's your cue to
What?
get us the fuck out of here.
Okay, bye guys.
Is that okay? Yep. All right.
All right, that's done. Are you still gonna run the audio while we talk about this shit to see if there's any comedy goes? Or
No, I'm gonna run the.
show in the background while we talk.
I'm running this for the next 30 minutes.
There's a phone number?
Yeah, there's always been a phone number.